say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they got one the name, but they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king. Rings, big rocks, big bag, big moves, big cars, big man, big plan, get lost, we been this wrong. Look at me now, they can't hold me down, so give me the crown. We're not the same, we're not the same, we're not the same, we run everything. We're not the same, we're not the same, they ain't got us running through these veins. Make way for the king.
Welcome to Sheyenne High School doubleheader night here at the gymnasium. My name is Aaron Knodel. Joining me tonight up in the booth is Dan Wolf. Dan, we got Valley City coming into town for both the girls and boys matchups tonight. It's going to be an exciting night for the Mustangs.
I think it should be. It's a 2-point game, I think, for both the girls and the boys. That's always important to keep that in mind as you're going up against an opponent, that this game counts double for a normal regular season game, and so you want to make sure that you're playing your best, you're executing the way you need to, and hopefully be able to come away with the win for both the boys and the girls programs this evening.
Yeah, obviously extra emphasis when it's worth 2 points. That can swing you your standing pretty quickly in the EDC. Both the boys and the girls looking to pick up a couple of games, move themselves up the ladder. You know, at this point in the season, these are the games that you really want to take away when you're at home. Maybe expected to win both of these matchups, and so you got to come out, be clean, be sharp, do your job.
Absolutely. I think, you know, you said it, you nailed it right on the head. If these are games that people would expect you to win, then you have to take care of business, and you know, obviously you want to play as well as possible, come out with no injuries and those things, but the important thing is getting that W. You know, it seems like like yesterday almost, we were talking about, oh, it's so early in the season, there's all this way to go, and here we are near the end of January already, and you know, really the EDC tournament's only a month away, and the way the schedule is set up, playing 2 games a week most weeks, you don't have time to sit and feel sorry for yourself or worry about injuries, or you know, you just got to keep plowing forward because you want to be setting yourself up in the seeding as you can get nearer to the EDC tournament.
Yeah, so we'll talk a little bit about the keys to the game tonight. We're going to cover a couple of them here for the Mustangs. So the first is, you know, we're going to look to see if the Mustangs can distribute the load a little bit. Can they share the ball? Can they make sure everybody contributes? We do have an injury in the guard position, and so that sharing of the basketball, making sure everybody chips in a little bit, going to be important.
It is. It's handling the ball, handling any kind of pressure, and I know I had a chance to speak with Coach Wingenbach a little bit today, and in visiting, he said, you know, at Valley City, they're trying to kind of build a new culture. They play a lot of pressure defense, kind of a 1-2-2, 3-quarter type pressure, and then a 1-2-2 in the front quarter, a 3-2, that they're really trying to see if they can pressure you into some poor decision making, some quick shots. And so missing Peyton Breidenbach tonight as she's dealing with a bum hip, you know, you're wondering, man, you know, who's going to step up, who's going to help take care of the ball. And then you pointed out that scoring. Brenna Dick has become the main scorer, as it seemed, for the past 2-3 weeks. But you can get away with that a time or two, but you got to do it by committee.
Absolutely. So in a game that maybe you're expected to win, you know, currently the Mustangs sitting at 4th place in the EDC. Valley City is, you know, only ahead of Fargo South, toward the bottom with only 1 win in the conference over South. So they got to really provide the energy and play a complete game where they stay focused. They play our brand of basketball.
Yeah, when you're at home in a game that you're supposed to win, you got to make sure that your opponent is playing at the tempo you dictate, and you need to get the shots that you're looking for. And you know, Coach Wingenbach's kind of one of those meticulous guys. I don't think that's going to get away from him. That's for sure.
And the last thing to me is post play. You know, the 2 bigs in Carson Sanders and Maya Metcalf. I think those this week Maya Metcalf has passed the all-time leader. She is now the Sheyenne Mustang leader in all-time blocks. Carson Sanders is 3rd. That impacts a lot on defense. We'll see what they can put together on offense as well.
Carson Sanders has been huge down in the post this year. both on the defensive glass and affecting shots and those sorts of things. And she's done a really good job. I'd like to see Maya Metcalf get a little more involved inside. We know she can shoot it from the outside, but I think you're right. The size advantage for the Mustangs should be a factor tonight.
Yeah, when you look at maybe even the scoring differential between what Maya was putting up last year offensively versus what she's doing this year, you see her still getting the rebounds. She's still getting putback shots. Maybe not hitting as many outside shots. I think at the end of this season here, you're going to see Maya Metcalf pick it up offensively. We know what she's capable of. She's a competitor. We both coached her. You know what she's going to bring. And at the end of the day, I think we're going to see a big spike in her offensive production and just her leadership.
And we know that teams are going to focus on you.
Yeah.
Last year it might have been a bit of a surprise. This year you're the focal point of what defenses are doing.
Absolutely. So with that, we're going to take a break. During the national anthem, going to go to commercial.
Here, when our path takes an unexpected turn, we keep moving forward. When life sends us a message, we listen. When you're determined to beat the odds, we help you plan for what's next. This is commitment, resourcefulness, determination. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Touchmark is a place where you can really be yourself. It's a complete family atmosphere from the residents to the team members to the community.
There is just such a homey feeling here.
The energy and the positivity, I think, is what's really important. You come in, you feel like you're part of a family. You're building a relationship. You're building friendships.
We feel very blessed to be here at Touchmark.
It's incredibly important to create that family atmosphere, which is what Touchmark really values.
So welcome back to Cheyenne High. Now we're going to get the starting lineups, Coach. Anything that, if you're Coach Wingenbach, what's the message here coming out early?
I think let's set the tempo. Let's get them playing our game. And I think we want to make sure, as you pointed out in the pregame, let's distribute the ball. And I think let's not take the first shot that presents itself. Let's look for the shot that we want, the shot that's, in our wheelhouse. And I think if you do that, defensively you'll be fine. They're always well coached when it comes to defense. I think it's just been the offense that's been choppy and sometimes kind of has come in fits and starts. And I think if you get off to one of those strong starts, that makes your life so much easier on the bench as the game progresses.
Yeah, I think obviously one of the things that the Mustangs are going to have to look to as well is how do you fill the shoes of Breitenbach? She's injured right now. Certainly we've had some depth at the guard position. Multiple players have played guard throughout the year. But Breitenbach's a special player going to Minot. And it's not easy to just replace one player with one player. No. It's not plug and play. You're going to have to find multiple.
And I think remind your players, don't try and do too much. No one's asking you to be yourself and Peyton Breitenbach. Just stay within yourself and play our game. And coaching and talking to Coach Wingenbach, they've gone kind of 9 deep has been their tradition all year, and kind of the rotation they've gone. He thought maybe stick with that base 8 tonight, at least as long as the game is close and if it doesn't become a blowout one way or the other. He mentioned that he's been really impressed with the minutes that Cora Metcalf is starting to give, and I think that's one of those things. As I talked to him, I said that was one of the few players I've seen really disrupt Mariah Simon. When they played the Packers, even though the Packers won, Cora did a lot to disrupt the things that Mariah Simon's really good at, and you just can't coach 6'2", 6'3". Either you have that height or you don't, and I think he's gotten her to be a little more aggressive and really kind of taken the leash off and said, be aggressive, go after these. And I think it's kind of Cora's nature, and also I think she was afraid, I'm going to get fouls, and he said, this isn't middle school anymore. You go after it. If it's a foul, they'll call it, but we're not going to worry about that right away.
Yeah, I think Cora Metcalf, if I looked it up a couple days ago, she was in the top 15 or top 10 in offensive rebounds. So she's able to do that. You're right, Coach. Even just the difference between what you saw, big eyes kind of at the beginning of the year, a little intimidated, but just the idea of playing varsity. But you started to see her kind of calm down and realize, no, I'm right here with these girls, and I'm ready to play.
Absolutely. So we'll see how this goes tonight. The Mustangs are going to start with Elena Holder, Brooke Johnson, Brenna Dick, Maya Metcalf, and Carson Sanders to start tonight without Peyton Breidenbach, and we'll expect Brenna Dick to handle most of the point guard duties, at least early on.
So over to Holder in the corner here. Looks like the Valley City's coming out in zone, dropping it low to Carson Sanders. She puts the first one over the rim. Rebound goes to Valley City. So nice first look there, but unable to finish.
Hey, man, pretty much just going to follow the ball with my zoom until something happens.
As Valley City looking to move it around the perimeter. Cheyenne going to stay in that man-to-man defense. Good drive there and a dish. That was Drew Potratz on the drive, and then she's going to dish it off. And Brooke Egermont going to go to the line as Holder's going to pick up the first foul for the Mustangs here early in the going, and Egermont with an opportunity to give Valley City the first points, and she converts on the first of two.
Am I good to move in?
We'll have to see coming out of the, if this is a made free throw, if indeed Valley City is going to look to try and set up some pressure. You know, I would think most teams know that that's a way to try and disrupt things that your opponent's trying to do, but it looks like Valley City content to drop into that 1-2-2 zone look, or a high 3-2, as you might see it out here, and try to work that. I think this is one of those places that, you know, not frequently enough do we see, in my opinion, high school teams going to utilize players in the corner and getting those corner three looks. And I know Coach Wingenbach has had players that have run the baseline and look for those opportunities. So often players are looking to reverse the ball before they can get the ball around to someone in the corner. As Brenna Dick launches about a 22-footer off the front and then off the backboard, controlled by the Highliners as they bring it up. This is Tessa Olson with the ball. Good drive to the basket. I think it was Carson Sanders got a piece of the ball on the drive. Oh, and nice there by Brenna Dick. That's one thing that I think we've seen as the season has progressed, as really the game has kind of slowed down for her. She had that tendency early on in her career to be going kind of 100 miles an hour, and I think now she's kind of figured out that if I slow down just a little bit, I see the floor so much better. And I think they're going to get a travel there. Egermont on the rebound and put back. So the ball goes to Cheyenne as, again, Brenna Dick pushes it up, finds Holder in the corner, drives baseline. Great flip by Carson Sanders, just short off the front iron, and it's going to be a held ball. Possession going to Valley City on that one. So that was a really good cut by Carson Sanders, flashing to the middle, just unfortunately short off the front iron, and then the held ball. Good pass over the top. Great position by Egermont, moving Maya Metcalf up the lane a little bit as Maya was trying to front her, and good pass over the top. It's kind of a lost art, Aaron, that kind of that lob pass, that entry pass into the post. You know, so many kids, it's about shooting the three now that, you know, some of that lost art, those things that people used to, you know, it was just a common part of basketball, I think seems to get lost at times.
Yeah, sorry about the little delay there. I was taking care of some technical stuff, but back at it here now. Carson Sanders into the corner, big swing pass over to Johnson. She'll take a three. That goes off iron.
Carson Sanders, again, being big on the inside and rebounding.
Still fighting for that one. Loose ball comes away to Valley City. Up the right-hand side now.
Open three looks off the front iron.
Rebound Metcalf. Ball does not connect on the outlet pass, so looks like Govan is setting it up, and now it's over to 32 in the corner.
Tessa Olson up to the point. Good drive in there. Good job by Goldman. She gets to the hoop and draws the foul. That'll be the second foul of the evening for the Mustangs. And that one's going to be Brenna Dick on that one.
So Govan goes to the line here shooting two. She is a 5'11" sophomore, and she able to connect on the first. So Valley City now with a 5-2 advantage. A couple of substitutions in for the Mustangs as Cora Metcalf and Hereford is in as well.
And Haas.
And Haas coming in to play the guard. So second free throw rattles around. Maya Metcalf to the rebound, and Haas will take it up and set it up for the Mustangs.
So that 1-2-2 look again, looking for that there, hands on defense, those hands in passing lanes causes a little headache for the Mustangs, and thrown away by Hereford there. Nice attempt by Dick to recover that, but unable to.
So Valley City looking to attack here, and then another foul by the Mustangs is going to put Egermont to the free throw line.
That was a good pass, good recognition, drew that defender, dropped it off to Egermont, and she draws the foul on Cora Metcalf.
So Egermont to shoot two, third team foul on the Mustangs. Valley City yet to commit a personal foul.
And all three for the Mustangs have been two-shot fouls. That's not what you want to be seeing.
Second free throw here by Egermont goes in. And it'll be Brenna Dick setting up the offense once again against the Valley City zone. Once again, Valley City able to get their hand on it.
No.
I guess not. They're going to say
not.
That pass just sails out of bounds. So with that, it looks like the Mustangs will take a timeout. We will as well. 6-2, Valley City's up.
Hi, I'm TJ Yoshi here at Marvin headquarters in Warroad, Minnesota. The Lake Town way of life is appealing to so many people.
We've got a thriving school system, coffee shops, breweries, restaurants, and hockey is the hub of our community. We're probably the last place left in Minnesota where hockey is actually free.
The way Marvin supports the town supports Marvin is awesome.
There's opportunities for you, work hard, self-educate. The sky's the limit here at Marvin.
Mustang fans, we want to thank Essentia Health for being the proud partner of our Cheyenne High School's Mustang media team and this broadcast. Essentia Health, care close to home.
Yeah, probably not the start that the Mustangs wanted. Obviously, it is only 6-2, and it is very early, but the Mustangs struggling to figure out the Valley City zone. And, a couple of turnovers, 3 quick fouls. And now Valley City will have an opportunity to extend that early lead.
Aaron, when you were away from the mic, I was just kind of mentioning, with as high as that zone plays, I think another thing that doesn't happen as often in basketball that used to be a common thing, and that was utilizing that runner along the baseline. And I've seen Coach Wingenbach try and do that, but so often when you get someone coming over that's making that rotation, the girls are sending the ball back around. They reversed it before that corner player can get in position. They just don't utilize that frequently enough.
Good ball movement there by the Mustangs, unable to connect on the jumper. Hereford does come down with the rebound temporarily, but it goes out of bounds, and now back to Valley City here. They'll set up their offense. Looking into the post to Egermont. Ball is tied up, I believe.
Yep, good job by Brenna Dick helping.
Egermont is a 6-foot senior, Brooke Egermont. Mustangs will come back in. It looks like Carson Sanders is going to make the replacement. Mustangs see if they can figure out this zone.
Probably going to be a lot of heavy minutes for Brenna Dick here tonight.
Hereford with the turnover there. Ball gets a little loose, and Valley City looking to push. Over into the corner, that is Potratz for 3. That rattles off the iron. Rebound Haas, ball loose. Swings it over to Sanders. Brenna Dick now with it on the left side. Back to the top of the key, that's Haas. Over to Hereford, she'll look back to the middle. Swings over to Brenna Dick. She takes a look at 3. Extra pass to Haas up top, she'll shoot. Iron. Rebound loose again, Hereford.
Good hustle by Hannah Hereford getting in there.
Able to momentarily looking for Brenna Dick, but the ball sails out of bounds. Great hustle play there by Hereford. But it does go back to Valley City. So Olsen will look to set it up for the Highliners. Potratz with it now. Potratz looks, Govan with it. Top of the key, over to Egermont. Oh, sorry, that was Olsen with it.
It was Olsen. I think that's off the leg there of Drew Potratz, and that's indeed the case. Sheyenne with possession now.
So with 13:01 to go, pretty low-scoring affair to start, Wolf.
Yeah, it is. Neither team shot it particularly well. I think 4 of the points for Valley City coming from the free throw line, and just the lone hoop by Carson Sanders, the difference for the Mustangs. There's a good look for Sanders off the front iron.
Rebound goes to Valley City. They look to the right side now. It's Olsen with it. She crosses over, kicks it back out. Top of the key now. Looking to, nice little ball movement there. Using that elbow screen. Now we find baseline, drops down, great pass.
Oh,
rattles around. Good
that
look
was
there
a great
for number
pass.
15, Carly Govan, but unable to connect.
And they've done that a handful of times. Valley City not really seeming to be intimidated by the size of the Mustangs, getting good penetration and then recognizing when that Mustang defender makes the move to help, and they're dropping off a good pass.
Herford's shot falls short on the 3. Rebound goes to Valley City. They push up ahead. That's tipped out of bounds. They're going to say that went off Carson Sanders, so it'll stay with the Highliners.
And I think that's one of those, there's nothing wrong with the shot per se, but, when you're getting shots off only 8 seconds, 10 seconds into that shot clock, I would think you want to work the ball a little bit. Inevitably with a zone, you're able to find holes if you're patient and pass well, and Sheyenne hasn't been able to do that every time down the floor.
Olsen goes to her left hand. Great finish there.
A little English on that one. It just
Tessa
climbed up
Olsen.
the rim.
Yeah, left-handed scoop shot against Maya Metcalf. Good pass inside. That one's going to get home.
That's what you like to see from Maya Metcalf. And
that's the first time, Coach, that the entry pass hit.
Yep. And, I think, too, where Maya's maybe hasn't shot it great every night, when you're not shooting it well, getting to the rim and getting some easy looks really starts to build your confidence instead of just staying out. What a great pass.
And that's Olsen again with a dime this time. She's really cooking out there tonight. Highliners able to take a 6-point advantage here. Set back up into their zone, and the Mustang pass goes a little wild, and it does end up in the hands of the Highliners. Breakaway layup here, but that goes long off the glass. Brenna Dick with it. She crosses over the defender, goes to the middle of the court, goes deep, high off the glass, and that one rattles out. Highliners with it again. Pushing to the right side. That's Olsen. She's done a heck of a job creating for her teammates. Goes behind the back.
She handles the ball well.
There's a 3 look for the Highliners. That rattles off. That was Govan with it. Greta Govan. She's the sophomore of the Govan variety. There's Carly and Greta.
And I think what you do here is, there you go.
Holder with a great 3-point shot. That'll get the Mustangs going a little bit. Now 7-10.
Get deeper into that shot clock and keep moving that ball. Eventually that defense going to be a step slow on the rotation. You're going to find, there's a travel. Yeah,
that one I think Govan just took a little bit of a step into the pass. She thought there was going to be a pass available. It wasn't. Drags that foot and turns it over.
Passing lane was closed, and that pivot foot drags just a smidge.
So now the Mustangs will set it up again, see if they can figure out something that works a little bit more efficiently in that zone. High post goes into Metcalf. She gets the ball moving around. It kicks back all the way over to Brenna Dick. She hits the 3.
Just like that, we have a tie ball game.
So now with 10-10 to go in the first half, the Mustangs tie this thing up. Not a great offensive performance thus far for the Mustangs. I did say that Maya Metcalf broke the all-time blocks record in Sheyenne history. She has one there, but Highliners figure it out and get the bucket.
Drew Potratz sticks with it.
Holder looking for a 3 again from the left side this time. That rattles out. Metcalf
Great
with the
job.
rebound, and she finishes. Good rebound. Tough angle there to get that one off glass. She does a nice job making that one soft. 12-12 now. Valley City with it. Mustangs sitting in a man-to-man, and there was the second walk in 3 possessions there for the Highliners. substitution here for Coach Wingenbach is going to be Haas. She's going to be coming in and giving, I think, Brenna Dick a break.
Probably her one that she'll get for the first half.
You know, Brenna Dick was actually on Olsen there. I could see, you know, Olsen was pushing pretty hard. That makes it a little bit tricky. Haas over to Holder. Haas with it up at the top, looking back to Holder. Oh, no, that's Johnson on the left side. Holder's on the right. Nice look into the inside for Metcalf.
Good
There's
work by
Holder that
Holder.
time, yeah. Up top, Carson. Down low, swings it out to Haas.
Good
Great
ball
look.
movement.
I've said this multiple times on broadcast this year as we see a timeout for the Mustangs. The inside-out pass to a three-pointer, great look. 15-12 Mustangs. We're going to take a quick timeout. Welcome back to Cheyenne High School. Mustangs take a three-point advantage with 9 minutes to go. It started a little clunky for the Mustangs. They've kind of righted the ship a little.
Yeah, scoring is picked up for both squads here in the last few minutes.
Better ball movement from the Mustangs through that Valley City zone has produced a couple extra good shots here, and that has allowed them to take this three-point advantage, but Valley City now with it. Egermont. And that is another travel. So that's 3 travels already in the first half that the Mustangs have forced on Valley City. Johnson with it.
And probably not what Coach Jimmy Howard was hoping for there when you burn a timeout and for the purpose of kind of settling your team down and you want them to execute, and then a turnover on the offensive end is not what you want.
There's that entry pass again, flat on the entry pass with a lot of hands in the way, and that one gets knocked away, stolen by Valley City. Olsen with it now. A little bit of a weave action. Ends up in the hands of Potratz. Back to Olsen. She kicks it out over into a three-point shot. I believe that was Faith Peterson that was able to connect, and now we have a tie game again. Good three-point shot there by Peterson. She's a 5'9" senior. So Valley City not going away early, that's for sure. Up top to Haas. She looks down low. Good find, and that's the one you need right there. Good seal by Carson Sanders.
She sealed her off, and then the find. That's the other thing that has to happen. Carson Sanders doing a good job down low.
Valley City with it on the right-hand side now, looking down low. Egermont, good move there. Tough to spin to that direction and shoot with the right hand, but she shot it soft, and 17-17 tie now. Haas with it, middle of the court. She looks over to Holder. Nobody on the inside, so she decides to swing it back. Over to Metcalf. She'll look from the left side. That's long. Rebound Holder. She kicks it up top. One extra pass there. Looks down low to Carson Sanders, and I think that's the first time we've seen Valley City kind of get caught on the wrong side, and the hands maybe were there, but the body wasn't. They come around, that's their first foul.
And a good job by Carson Sanders keeping that player on her hip, making it so the only way really to get her hands on the ball was to commit the foul. That's only the first team foul on Valley City. Only 4 fouls committed thus far in just over 10 minutes of play, so pretty clean game.
Up top to Cora Metcalf, in the look into the corner for Holder, and she connects again. So that's her second 3 of the night for Holder. 20-17 now, 3-point advantage. Benedict cuts off baseline. Valley City looking to push that right-hand side still. Couple extra good defense there by Haas. Right side again.
There's that height, that intimidation factor.
Not sure if Cora Metcalf got a piece of that one or not. A little wild left-handed pass gets through. Over to Cora, she drops it down. And Coach, there's been some really good passing, and then the entry pass is just not landing.
No. And it's one of those things, you know, I think players so rarely seem to want to use that bounce pass anymore. I think a couple of those might have had a chance on a bounce pass that makes that defender have to reach in an awkward position, and you can get it through as Valley City somehow comes up with the rebound.
Yeah,
and
so
that's put
Potratz
in.
misses the 3, and Govan decides to put her back in for her. So There they are, 19-20, 1-point advantage for the Mustangs. Swing pass, a little high, doesn't get there very quick. Now back to Metcalf, and again that entry pass into the interior, there's just way too much light blue jersey. Top of the key, that's Potratch, she works the defender, but nothing home. And now it is Hatcher with it, she spins. Great move there.
That was a really
Sam
nice
Hatcher,
spin move.
5'7" senior, able to connect on a little drop step from a guard. Now the Highliners back in front, 21-20 here. Swing pass over to Metcalf, finds Haas in the corner, open for three, she connects. Well, Coach, one of the keys to the game we said was even distribution.
Yeah,
a lot of different, we've seen some of that, and then there's some parts of the game still need to clean up.
Yep, definitely, but we said the score by committee needs to happen, and we've seen Holder be a good part of this as Dick draws the blocking foul there. Haas contributing, we've seen Maya Metcalf active. You know, really the one person who hasn't been a big part of the offense has been Brenna Dick at this point, and that's got to be good for Coach Wingenbach when you see other people stepping up, because Brenna Dick has that added responsibility of kind of being the facilitator and, you know, still wanting to get her shots and her points, but at the same time making sure her teammates are involved in the offense and feeling like they're engaged.
Yeah, you know, I think she's averaging 21 points a game or something like that. I think that's her first point of the night. The other thing that Brenna Dick does so well is she's a one-man fast break. So, you know, that is one way to beat a zone is if you can get down the court before they set it up. Haven't been able to do that with her tonight. We'll see if she can break free for some extra points here.
Valley City's done a good job in transition, D, in limiting the opportunities for fast breaks, as we see Brenna Dick with the steal here. Boy, that's a tough shot, that pull up, all that momentum going forward, and to pull up and make that soft shot, just catches front iron and bounces off the back.
Yeah, I think if she were to take that back, she'd decide to go all the way to the rim. As we see a right-handed layup there by Drew Potratz. And now Highliners 23, Mustangs 25. Mustangs looking to swing around the top. It is Cora Metcalf at the high post. That's Hereford for three. Rebound comes off long. Valley City looking to push. That's Olsen with it. On her left hand, that's the side she likes. Oh, and they're going to say an N1.
Boy.
Looked like the foul happened maybe a step before she actually went to the iron, but hey, continuation, NBA style, gets her to the free throw. I've been really impressed by the burst. You know, obviously she's left-handed, but her burst to that left side has been impressive.
And it was that good hesitation that set that up, and then the burst. But and I don't think there's no debating it was a block on Brenna Dick, but I think you're right there, Coach. That shot seemed to be more in line with an NBA continuation situation.
Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, maybe you want to go back about 15, 20 seconds and watch the facial reaction of Kenyon Wingenbach when he finds out that actually counted. It was pretty fun.
Now that was a good sequence there.
Great rebound there by Hereford, but she ends up maybe at a bad angle, shoots that one over the iron. Now Valley City with it. They look to push.
22.
Kick there by Brenna Dick. Good decision made there, though I think that pass might, if it would have got through, would have given them a layup.
Yeah.
So tie game with just under 4 to play in the first half. Valley City playing a pretty good game thus far, with the exception of a couple of travel turnovers that maybe they would take back. I think they've been appreciated how they've come out. Ball now going to be inbounds from the corner. That's Olsen with it.
And with 2 fouls, I think Coach Wingenbach thinking it's probably better to make sure that you don't get that 3rd foul on Brenna Dick here in the first half. Going to take her out, and so Mustangs without that true point guard or that confident ball handler, so we'll see how that impacts them the rest of the way. Probably going to have to be Johnson that's going to have to handle the ball, or maybe Hereford or Amaya Metcalf at this point.
Great help defense there from Carson Sanders coming on. I'm not sure if they're going to give her a block on that or what they're going to call, but tremendous. Offensive player didn't even have the opportunity to get above their head before Sanders was able to swat that one away, but Valley City retains possession with 20 on the shot clock. Inbounds there. Loose for a second. Now we get a 3-pointer from Olsen. That goes off the glass. Mustangs struggling to get that clean rebound, but they do secure it this time. Up ahead, that's
Good
Johnson
find.
over to Carson Sanders, but another great follow on the same sequence goes to Maya Metcalf. Good finish from that side.
That was excellent court vision there. Filling the lane was Carson Sanders, a little hard off the glass, but Maya Metcalf there to clean it up. Offensive rebound and putback. Good hands in the air there by Carson Sanders, but given away right away. And Cheyenne gets away with it.
Hereford now with it. She's going to push. 3-on-2. Over to Johnson for 3. Long off the iron. Rebound to Egermont. Gretagoven to bring it up. See if the Mustangs continue to get their hands into the passing lane. Into the corner now. Up at the top of the key. 9 on the shot clock. Now we're down to 5 on the shot clock. Valley City's going to have to make a decision here. Carson Sanders cuts off baseline. And that is going to be a shot clock violation. Great defense by the Mustangs.
There may be a little lack of situational awareness by the Highliners there.
A little slow to set it up.
No sense of urgency as that shot clock was winding down. You know, and Brooke Johnson's got a tough defensive assignment there against Tessa Olson. She handles the ball well, and Olson looking for a pass, but not realizing that the shot clock was that close to expiring.
Mustangs look a couple of times on a swing pass to beat the zone. Nothing going. Top of the key now with Haas. She'll look to the corner. And they're going to say double dribble.
I don't know if Elena Holder had established possession there, but that's how the ref saw it. So double dribble is the call.
Under 2 minutes to play now. Mustangs securing a 2-point lead.
Can't wait to get some purpose skills halftime.
To the right-hand side. Again, right baseline, looking over to the corner. That's Olson for 3. Off the iron. Mustangs in. Highliners fight for the rebound, and they're going to say that one went off Thorson. So the Mustangs will get it. So with 1:39 to go, Coach, how you finish halves often determines whether or not you win basketball games, especially ones that come down to the wire. Let's see if which team comes off cleaner in the next minute 35. Hospital at the top of the key.
We're not going to practice.
Swinging around. Now to Holder. Looking.
See, I like that, the patience that Cheyenne waiting for Carson Sanders to get over into that short corner, get that pass, good drop down to Metcalf, and not a bad look over to Hereford. Just unfortunately, Highliners with hands in those passing lanes again.
All right, you talk situational awareness. Mustangs with 10 on the shot clock. Carson Sanders able to knock that one in. Puts her hand over her mouth like, whoops, it's not what I planned, but I will take it.
Absolutely.
Good defense there, but a better pass.
Wow.
That's the kind of pass you were talking about, Coach. Dropped right down into Egermont. She's able to put that one in, and now it's under a minute to play. Mustangs with a 3-point advantage. Holder with it in the corner. Little bit of pressure, almost a trap, but nothing. Over to Hereford. She's going to look right side. Hereford attacks. That goes to Metcalf. She'll pull. That goes long. Holder with it now. Moves it around.
That didn't
Hasn't
draw
hit the
iron, so
5 seconds left. She's going to try again. This one does hit iron, and then again, filling the lane. That was Elena Holder. She gets she's able to clean that one up and able to put that back in. Under 30 to play now. Shot clock is on, about a difference of a second. I don't think that touched iron. So the shot clock is still running, but it is negligible to the half here as the Mustangs steal that one.
10
Haas
seconds.
looking to push. She goes to the rim, splits the defense. What a great play there by Haas. And now with just under a few seconds to play.
Oh! Just inside half court. You know, I
Hi, I'm Diana, and I work at Marvin. Working in manufacturing, not a lot of sitting, so it just makes your day go by faster. Belonging to Marvin makes me feel stable. 25 years. My kids were little when I started here in Grafton. Now I have a daughter that works here. She was one of the ones that pushed me to become the lead, pushed me to be the person that I am now. And I just see myself retiring here. If you're looking for an awesome place to work, come join me at Marvin.
I think what makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything, and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
Welcome back to Sheyenne High School. Halftime of the girls' game with the Mustangs leading the Highliners 34-30 after that near half-court make by Drew Potratz there to end the first half. A little excitement. We're pleased to be joined up in the broadcast booth by Tim Brandt, head coach of the Mustang boys. Coach, thanks for taking a few minutes out before the boys' game to visit with us.
It's good to be here with you.
Well, thank you. I was saying to Aaron a little earlier, it seems like just the other day we were saying, the season's just started and there's all this season left and everything, but the reality is we're in the thick of it now, right? We're in the middle of the season. How's that feeling at this point?
It's we're getting to the middle of January here. It kind of starts to become a grind a little bit, and with us, we've been on the road so much this first half of the season. We have 10 games left. We're in the back half of our season right now, and 8 of those 10 games are at home. So we finally get a little stretch here where we get to spend some time in our own gym on game nights, which that's exciting.
Well, that's a huge thing. I think just comfort level for a team, and especially a younger team that you have, a team with some maybe less varsity experience. Being at home in those friendly confines is a big thing. This time of year, the bumps and bruises start showing. Can you give us a little idea? Is the team healthy about what you might expect, or is it a little dinged up?
We're dealing with a couple things. John Angau has been out for a couple weeks. He got hurt at West Fargo. There's some sickness going around. Caleb Deere is out tonight. He was sick, homesick yesterday. Homesick again tonight. So that's a big piece for us. Yeah, there you go. That's a nice graphic right there. That's good. So yeah, they're two big pieces to be missing. But yeah, you know, with us, it's kind of a next man up mentality, and we're getting a couple other pieces into the lineup here, and we're going to just see how that goes.
Well, I was going to ask about that. So, you know, when you have guys down with illness or injury or whatever, what's the approach you take as a coach? Do you tell a kid, you know, hey, we need you to step up, and it's your job to kind of, you know, replace some of that production and the things we do, or is it more of a, look, you know, we all need to shoulder the load to an extent, and let's not anyone try and do too much. Let's just all do our jobs, and if we all do our jobs, even the guys you're asking to come in and play, is that a better approach, a more team-based approach?
Yeah, I mean, I think with how we've been so far, you know, everybody's got to be ready to go at any point. You know, I think we've gotten, you know, 12 or 13 kids on the varsity floor so far this year, and that's a lot. So everybody's got to be ready to play. You know, I was just talking about this with somebody. You know, on the EDC stats site, on the individual stats, they list the top 20 scores in the conference. We don't have anybody in that top 20. We have 4 guys in the top 20 of assists. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So it's kind of, you know, we have a lot of guys that can chip in that way, and I think, you know, we don't just. At this point, we don't just rely on one person. It's definitely a team effort, and who's going to step up from a night-to-night basis.
Well, as you're making that kind of final push here, I mean, you know, for people that follow EDC boys basketball, you know, West Fargo and West Fargo Cheyenne and Davies have kind of been the mainstays at the top for probably the last 5-6 years, and that's maybe not how this year is shaking out at this point. You obviously want to play your best ball when it comes to tournament time anyway. I mean, regular season crowns are great, but really that doesn't matter. Do you feel like you're zoning in on that key rotation that you're going to go with, the guys that you feel like you want to put on the floor night to night, or is it still kind of a work in progress this deep into the season?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're narrowing it down a little bit, but it's still a work in progress. Like I said, with how many guys I feel like we have that can get on the varsity floor.
And with injuries and illness.
Yeah, and it's, you know, and then that, you know, you think you have the puzzle put together, and then it kind of changes the next night too. So it's, you know, from a wins and losses standpoint, it doesn't look like we're having the most successful season. But, you know, we see those little improvements every single day in practice, and, you know, I think we showed in games where there's stretches that we can look really, really good. We just have to, you know, we have to sustain those stretches for a longer period of time and kind of cut down the stretches where we're, you know, turning the ball over or taking bad shots or just kind of getting disjointed. So we got to lengthen out our stretches that we look really, really good.
Well, you know, if you're a coach or a fan of any sport, I mean, that's the most vexing thing, right? To see a team that you know that they can play one way in stretches and then seem like a totally different team. And so certainly that's to be understood. Good luck tonight. Good luck the rest of the way. Let's hope you guys get healthy and kind of find that stride that you're looking for as we're heading down. I mean, it's only a month away. As you said, there's only 10 games left, and when there's 21 on the schedule, you're past the midway point.
It's going fast, and like I said, we're seeing that improvement, and I believe in this group of kids, and I think we can make some strides here the last month of the season.
Well, that was Tim Brandt, head coach of the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustang boys, kind enough to join us up here. He's got to go and give the inspirational pregame speech and get the guys ready as we're about to join second half basketball here in the girls game.
Yeah, so a couple of, we did get the first half stats for you guys. For Valley City, Egremont she finished with 9 points. Olson finished with 5, or actually 4. Peterson with the 3 ball. Greta Govan, she ended up with a free throw. Her sister Carly with 4. Drew Potratz with 7. And Hatcher had a 3 ball. So little even distribution there for the Highlanders.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this certainly hasn't felt, I think, Aaron, like a game where there's one person that's dominating. We've seen flashes, stretches of, you know, by a couple players, but, you know, nobody's sitting at 20 points or 18 points or anything like that. It's really been a team effort by both squads to this point.
Yeah, 5 people into the scorebook for the Mustangs. Haas She ended up with 2 threes, and she had 8 points. Good first half for her. Maya Metcalf with 6. Carson Sanders with 7. Elena Holder was able to finish with 8. She had 2 3 balls as well. And Brenna Dick, the leading scorer, with 5. Only 2 free throws for the Mustangs in the first half, and so we'll see if they get a little bit more aggressive trying to get to the free throw line as we see the Highliners get the first opportunity at the stripe tonight.
Yeah, I think Maya Metcalf felt like maybe that was a clean look. There was a good help by Carson Sanders, and that forced Brooke Egermont to the left or to her left anyway. And I think Metcalf felt like she was in good position, but regardless, she picks up the foul, and Egermont converts on both, and it's a 2-point game early in the second half. Little careless pass there. Hand gotten on it by Greta Govan, but Sheyenne will retain possession.
So Carson Sanders, the inbound, a little bit of a denial there. Does get back to Brenna Dick in the backcourt. Swings over to Johnson. She looks into the corner for Holder. Looks down low momentarily for Metcalf, nothing there. Swings it back around, now to Dick. Now into Metcalf, who I think didn't realize that the defender was gone. Swings it all the way back around. The 3 was open. Metcalf with the offensive rebound. That's swatted away, but Mustangs get it back. Johnson to Dick in the corner. She moves to her left. Great find there. Nice assist by Brenna Dick. 2 points there from Metcalf. That's her 8th point.
Earlier in the game, Aaron, that it really seems like the game is starting to slow down for Brenna Dick. She is seeing so much more of the floor. I think early on, especially last year, we know how athletic and fast she is, and she just kind of seemed to go at that 100 miles an hour all the time. And she's really starting to slow down and kind of see things and doing a great job of distributing the ball as well.
Potratz there, Drew Potratz with a personal foul. A little hip check there as Brenna Dick was trying to push the ball up the floor. Carson Sanders, top of the key. She looks high post. Good ball movement there. Gets Brenna Dick open for 3, and she connects. You're probably not going to keep her down very long offensively. She's going to find a way to get points. I think we saw earlier in this year when she broke the Sheyenne Mustangs individual scoring record, she had 20 in the second half. So she can find them in bunches.
Well, and it's oftentimes that
great block there by Carson Sanders, coach.
We haven't seen her connect on one of her patented running floaters yet tonight. She's gotten a couple off but hasn't connected. And if she gets going and gets kind of that head of steam and really causes headaches for the defense, and she starts connecting on those, you got to look out. I think the 7 points here matches the biggest lead of the game for either team, and that 7 was held for just a few seconds by Sheyenne in the first half as they lose Egermont there. And then Potratz made that logo jumper to end the game, or to end the first half, I should say.
Johnson with a little bit of a lazy pass into the interior, so that 7-point advantage now cut to 3 just like that, with back-to-back buckets by the team in light blue. Brenna Dick pushes ahead. Johnson with it now. She looks for a cross-court pass. Holder now down low again. That entry pass just not there when you bring it on that flat line. Good cross there. Valley City looks to the interior. This time they find Egermont. Good defense there by Maya Metcalf, keeping her hands straight up in the air to avoid that personal foul. But the ball will stay this direction. And another block for Maya Metcalf. 36-39 in favor of the home team. Fortunate there for the Mustangs, I think, that the whistle came a little bit early, because that's the second time that they were able to inbound at point-blank range and get a shot off.
It'll be Sanders first, but you're right, Coach. Last time they got it to Egermont, and this was the second time right to her at the rim.
Better defense that time, thrown off the bottom of the leg of the Valley City player, and Brenna Dick shoots it up to the middle of the floor, and she is fouled. No shot. It will go underneath. Substitution is Haas in for Johnson. Out of bounds play goes to the top of the key. Brenna Dick with it. She looks to analyze the defense. Swings it over to Holder. She's going to look back to the center. Carson Sanders with a good swing pass. Good attack there. Good kick out. Elena Holder's shot is long, but it is rebounded.
Little fight between teammates there as Sanders and Metcalf fighting for it, but they stay with it. Metcalf fouled on the putback, and she'll go to the line for 2. And as he pointed out, not many free throw opportunities in the first half for the Mustangs. You just got to keep trying to get to that rim, and eventually you're going to get some fouls called.
One thing that is nice for the Mustangs right now, you know, a way to beat the zone if you're struggling to find shots that drop is to attack the weak side of the shot, because oftentimes that is the hardest place for a zone to box out.
That's right.
We had
All
a
that
couple
attention is
offensive
drawn
rebounds there, yeah.
to the ball side, and you can get to the rim.
That one comes off long and rebounded.
Great
Great
hustle
rebound there by Carson Sanders.
Yeah. You know, Carson Sanders all year, and that was kind of in that stretch, excuse me, when they were playing so well last year. Carson Sanders did so many little things that maybe didn't show up in a box score, but just the hustle plays, the being in the right place at the right time, being that safety valve, whatever it needed to be. Carson Sanders really did a great job of that last year, and we're seeing some of those same things as Benedict is able to convert, bringing that up to, again, that 7-point lead. Cheyenne takes the timeout, a full timeout. We'll do the same and be back after these messages.
Manufacturing, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not sitting down, doing nothing, just flipping at a couple pieces of wood each day. We are building tomorrow's windows. We all know that each unit that we build makes a difference, not just for the customer, not just for the company, but for each other as well.
Cheyenne Mustang fans, Bell Bank Mortgage is proud to sponsor or to support the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. Rates are great, so if you're considering moving up or maybe even becoming a homeowner for the first time, talk to the experts at Bell. We'll help you make home happen. Bell Bank Mortgage, equal housing lender. Go Mustangs.
Good play there. I'm going to give credit, I think, to Maya Metcalf first. Obviously a great shot there by Benedict, but, you know, it was a great entry into Maya. She looked to move to her left. Valley City closed. She looks back out. Great pass to the outside. Right on the money, on time, on target. That's how you hit threes.
And well done by Benedict, being locked and loaded, ready to go with that. That's the key to getting those shots to fall, is being aware and ready to go, as Metcalf's working hard down there with Egermont. She's got that three-quarter over the top denial defense going, and even though Valley City's gotten that a couple times, you know, Metcalf is working hard with that.
So Valley City looking to inbound underneath. This does open up a shot. That one goes a little bit short for Peterson, and it does come to a rebound for the Mustangs. Haas with it now, looking on the right side. High post, not happening, so swings it over to Holder. Sanders with it, she swings it across. That's Benedict open again.
Check.
And she finds another one. We said she scores in bursts, and she has found it in the second half, and that extends the lead to 10. Olsen with it now, moving to her left. Good defense there by Holder, contesting that shot, and Haas is going to look to push. She looks into the corner, and this is your heat check, Coach. Off the back iron. Good look, good shot, missed by inches. Highliner's now pushing.
That was one of the few times that Cheyenne really has had opportunities in transition. Valley City's done a really nice job defensively in transition, but that time Cheyenne able to get it. Oh, good up and under move by Potratz. Drew Potratz on that one.
That was a great move. You know, you get that defender to suck up, and then you're able to get a little scoop shot with the left hand. That takes a lot of coordination. Rebound there to Metcalf. She looks to Haas, swings it over. There's another look for three. That one rattles around. Boy.
They have not missed by much when she has missed.
Benedict looks like she's feeling it. She thought that one was good when it left her fingers, but the Highliners push ahead now. Egermont with a spin move. She's able to connect.
That was good recognition by Valley City. The mismatch there, Egermont with Haas guarding her. Egermont just a simple turnaround jumper in the lane.
Corner look there. Benedict kicks it back out. Up top, Haas, they'll reset. Holder into Sanders in the corner. Swing pass, good find.
Oh.
Unable to connect off the glass there. I think the angle just kind of caught Benedict off guard. As we see Olsen go all the way down, but that is well defended by Holder again. Haas pushes. 2-on-1 now. Haas gets all the way to the rim, and that is Foul.
Yeah, they're going to get a foul on Potratz on that one. That'll be her third. It's been a low, not a large number of fouls tonight. Very quick game, but that is the third now on Drew Potratz at 12 minutes. Probably if you're Coach Jimmy Howard, you're going to have to roll with her because she is pretty important, but she is going to come out here. Don't want her to pick up that fourth. You're going to need her for that stretch run. Has some wholesale substitutions for both squads.
In for the Mustangs is Hereford, Cora Metcalf, and I believe, Brooke Johnson in the back. So good finish there. And the second free throw by Haas. And now Valley City looking to push. Left side. Peterson with it now. She looks left, nothing there. Drops it down low, stolen. This is Brenna Dick in transition where she is lethal. She decides she doesn't like the numbers. How about ready to pull the trigger again?
Good choice, though, on that one. Nothing there. Set up, look for the shot that you want, and that was, again, a shot that she was looking for, but unfortunately goes long. Good job by Hannah Hereford getting a hand on that in transition.
Valley City looking to inbound now underneath. They've had a couple of nice looks off the inbounds. This one goes to the top of the key, and it looks like they'll reset.
I always think of these, 3-4 minute stretches as they're going to get Brooke Johnson on that one. You don't have those main players in. You maybe have one or two of them, and it's kind of like whose bench is going to be the one that can inflict some damage on the opponent or do a good job defensively on there. As Metcalf and Sanders are on the bench right now, Holder's on the bench. We're going to see if the Mustangs bench or the Highliner bench is going to be able to do more in this time before those starters return to action.
Free throw goes off the iron. Cora Metcalf with the rebound. Haas looking to push. Valley City there to stop. Again, that interior pass not open. Pushing up ahead, but that is too far for the hands of Greta Govan. And so that's going to go back in favor of the Mustangs. Coach, there's probably going to have to be some discussion about, especially sitting in the zone, how do you enter that pass into the post?
Absolutely. And I'd like to see the post kind of seal that back bottom player on the weak side of that post. If you could seal that and keep that player out of there, I think you're going to have an opportunity to get some looks. But they haven't done that very frequently, Cheyenne, tonight.
Brenna Dick pulls the trigger again and connects for the Mustangs. They're going to call Cora Metcalf in the corner there on Olson, over her back a little bit with some contact. We talked a little bit about that three-quarter denial. That one was not there, just the hand around the side. So fourth personal foul on the Mustangs. Inbound goes way down low. Tipped free, but Hereford's not home on it. She does end up with the basketball, and now it's Brenna Dick, and it's going to turn into a two-on-one off the foot of the Valley City defender and out of bounds.
Thought that was there. It was a good look, good bounce pass, and not a kick by Olson, just kind of off of her foot.
Mustangs looking to inbound now from deep in the corner. They'll get it in. Brenna Dick with it. She resets to Hereford. Into the corner now. Haas looking to the interior. Nothing there. Back to Haas. She'll pull. And she's hitting tonight. That is her third three of the evening.
And probably one of the biggest things tonight, coaches, we're seeing Cheyenne has not shot the ball all that well early on in the season. Last year it always seemed whenever you needed someone to step up and make that big three, someone did. And when they don't fall right away, players tend to push a little bit, and it's not happening as Metcalf has it swatted away from her, and Cheyenne will retain possession. But tonight, and I think in the last couple weeks, they're starting to shoot it a little better.
So we're going to stick around for this commercial. Mustang fans, we want to let you guys know that the Mustang media team has decided to partner with a local charity and organization once a month just to bring awareness. We wanted to use our platform. The kids decided that it was going to be good to spread some awareness about some issues in the community that they cared passionately about. And so they have partnered with Bio Girls, a community in town that is a great organization, and they were very proud to do this. So, Coach?
Self-esteem is one of the strongest predictors of behavioral and emotional issues. BioGirls is a Fargo-based nonprofit that provides self-esteem building programs to adolescent girls across our state and region that is proven to prevent behavioral and emotional issues. You can support BioGirls this Giving Hearts Day, which is coming up on February 9th, by visiting their website and making a donation. Simply search BioGirls online or click the link seen on your screen to find their website. Thank you, BioGirls, for all you do in our Fargo-Moorhead community. And Coach, I can also speak a little bit from this personally. My daughter was involved with BioGirls, both as one of the students that was impacted by this program, and has also served as a junior mentor, and they do a fantastic job. Missy Heilman is the person behind BioGirls from the beginning, and they do a great job in helping young girls and young women in our community overcome any type of emotional issues that they might be dealing with.
So out of the timeout here, now it is Olsen pushing up ahead. She's able to connect.
She's
in
got good
transition.
handles, man.
Yeah, and able to stop that one and shoot it softly. So now it's a 10-point game. Valley City going nowhere, ready to keep battling here all the way to the end. 9 minutes to go, a little over 9. Mustangs have a double-digit lead, and they're going to say...
They're going to say Hereford with an illegal moving screen there. I didn't see it happen, so just based on what the ref is saying, that was the indication. 15 foul on Cheyenne, only 4 on Valley City. Still not anywhere near the bonus with just under 9 to go in the second half.
Looking into the inside, that's Egermont. She makes a nice little fake move, spins back, but just goes a little bit long off the iron. Brenna Dick now with it. She was looking like she was ready to pull the trigger, but opts not to. Now it's Hereford on the wing. Also set it back up. Cora Metcalf.
There's the
she
find.
looks a little long.
Yeah. Threw it to where Hannah Hereford had been, but Hereford was cutting to the basket, thinking there was a lane there, and turnover by the Mustangs, as we're going to see Maya Metcalf, Carson Sanders, and Elena Holder return for the Mustangs here.
So Olsen sets up the offense for the Highliners.
I think they're going to this so they can keep Cora Metcalf on the floor to deal with Egermont, and that's going to free up Carson Sanders and Maya Metcalf to play a little more wherever they need to. But another good job by Tessa Olsen getting inside and getting that shot off. Still an 8-point lead, but as you said, Valley City not going anywhere.
So this is a fairly large lineup there for the Mustangs. 3 players with size in the lineup. I don't know if I've seen this combination totally for the Mustangs thus far, but we're going to see if they can take advantage with their size at the 8-minute mark here in the second half.
Happened a couple times. We've seen it this year. Obviously, though, it was Peyton Breidenbach instead of Elena Holder on the floor, but that big lineup, that does cause some problems for some teams, that's for sure.
Yeah, might affect some shots here as we see a 3-point look. Oh, that rattles off for number 5, Drew Potratz, and the defensive rebound ends up in the hands of Maya Metcalf, fouled. I believe they're going to say that is on Peterson.
Yep.
Good box out there for Metcalf, and that turns into the 5th team foul for Valley City. Both teams at 5. Brenna Dick breaks down her defender, pick and roll here with Cora Metcalf. She looks for that floater. That one goes off the iron.
And a traditional man defense there by Valley City, changing up the look a little bit out of that 1-2-2 zone that they've been in defensively almost the entire night, opting to go man-to-man and maybe give a little different look as Tessa Olsen again gets to the basket.
So now it is a 6-point game. Making a little run here for Valley City. Into the corner to Holder. Cora Metcalf with it. She swings it around to her sister, and now to Sanders. Sanders swing pass. Pick and roll here. Good defense by Valley City. 10 on the shot clock. Holder pulls, and she connects again. She shot well tonight, Coach.
Yeah, she really has. At the outset, we talked about the need for someone to kind of step up, and good job as we're going to get Egermont on the travel there. Good job by Elena Holder. I think that's 3 or 4 threes, 3 for sure this evening, and she's been a definite contributor as Peyton Breidenbach is not available for the Mustangs tonight.
Maya Metcalf looking to push. She drops a pass into the post to her sister, but doesn't connect, and Valley City comes out with it.
The bodies untangle on the floor, and Valley City pushes tempo here.
Flash looks to Egermont. Encore Metcalf, good up and under move, and she draws the foul. And one. Good footwork there by Egermont, drawing Cora Metcalf up, and she's able to step through the contact and the recovery. Cora Metcalf ends up with the contact. That is the 16th foul on the Mustangs, and it gives them the opportunity to get an end one. And she connects on it.
Caitlin Haas for Cora Metcalf here. The lead is 6.
Well, we saw the Mustangs pull away momentarily, and you thought maybe they were going to put this one away, but Valley City says not yet. We are here to stay. 6:22 to go in the second half.
Some token full court man pressure here by the Highliners, just to make Cheyenne know that it's available for the Highliners.
And they are in a man-to-man here. Haven't seen a lot of that out of Valley City tonight. That does free up Brenna Dick for 3, and she drops that one. We said she was going to, find a way in the second half to be part of that scoring contribution she normally is, and she has done so. Good move there by Valley City on the answer, but they're not able to connect. Push up ahead, and that does get Elena Holder on a free layup, and the ball rattles around and is able to drop, and that means that Valley City is going to have to burn a timeout. Now lead extends to 11. With that, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a bit. So we're back here. Mustangs found a way there to make a nice little run. Back-to-back buckets.
Well,
three-pointer there by Brenna Dick, and then a layup on transition for Elena Holder.
But it was in the set offense. Consecutive three-pointers, one from Holder, one from Brenna Dick, off of that man defense that Valley City went to. I'm wondering if that was the wisest of choices for them, because Cheyenne has taken advantage in both opportunities, and as you said, extend the lead to 11.
So back at it here, Valley City looking to set something up against a man defense here, I believe, by the Mustangs, and that is stolen. So now they will look to push. Good transition defense by Valley City, and Haas is going to be at the top of the key.
Valley City going to stay in that man as Shane's looking for some of those flex cuts.
Good shot fake, gets Brenna Dick on the baseline. She dribbles all the way through. She doesn't see an opening, so it's back up top.
Good patience.
That's a fine there. Off the iron. Rebound Valley City. Good look there by Carson Sanders, just not able to make it drop. Oh, what a swat there by Maya Metcalf. That one wasn't, that one sent a message. So we see Mustangs looking to attack now, and they decide to set it back up or not.
Deep three, 22, 23 feet on that one.
You see the little grin out of Brenna Dick as she's running back and giving Maya Metcalf a high five.
I think that's 5 this second half.
She is on fire, making a name for herself across the state as one of the best.
Ooh, I didn't hear anything from Coach Wingenbach, but it looked like a little extension there by Potratz. Probably not the pass you want there. It's one thing to push tempo, but it's another just to do it. There's a carry they're going to call. That's maybe the least seen call in basketball these days, Coach, is a a carry of a ball, but they get Olsen on that one.
You know, it's a tricky call. I think by definition of the rule, a carry has to give the advantage to the offensive player. You know, misnomer is that you can't put your hand underneath the ball, that's the definition of the carry. But he saw that apparently that crossover underneath did lead to an advantage, and that does mean that turnover results in an opportunity for the Mustangs. It turns into an N1 opportunity for Carson Sanders.
I think just about every player would be called for a carry nonstop back in the day when I played, but of course we used peach baskets and had jump balls after every made basket, so that was a different era, I get. But
so now 65-49, the Mustangs have extended their lead. Another step-through opportunity.
Yeah, they're really good. There's been multiple players that have gotten that step through, that up and under. They get that defensive player for Cheyenne, just enough movement to get in underneath and either score or get to the basket. And so both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way on any fouls.
This one was a shooting foul, so that's Drew Potratz to the free throw line. She misses the front end. 3:51 to go. You're going to probably have to put in everything now at this point.
At 16 points and under 4 to go, Valley City's going to have to pick up that pressure full court, legitimate full court pressure, and see if they can turn the Mustangs over and get a couple quick opportunities.
Credit to Valley City, regardless of how this one turns out. They have brought it tonight. As you see, Maya Metcalf
she has been all over
rebound.
the rebounds tonight, both offensively and defensively. She has cleaned the glass tonight, no doubt about that. Great job by Carson Sanders. Again, small things that don't show up maybe in the box score, but are difference makers often on the floor. Tessa Olsen forces that one.
And they are just looking to create something now quickly, and this one gets up ahead. That's the second time Elena Holder was able to find that seam. This one does not connect. Good find, though, a good push, and it will actually stay with the Mustangs here. 30-second timeout for Valley City. We'll stick around here, Coach, with 3:14 to go, up 15 points. Valley City making a nice move tonight, but with 3:14, now it's about efficiency. You're going to have to hit some shots. You're going to have to create some turnovers.
Yeah, you don't have the luxury of missing on the offensive end, and you're going to have to be going for steals. You're going to have to be a little reckless, see if you can get something out of this. Turn Cheyenne over, but that's just the nature of the game with only 3:14 to go. And the hard part is, in what had been a pretty minimal fouling situation for most of the game, you're going to be putting Cheyenne at the line on every time that you foul them here. That's not what you're wanting, but it's the hand that you're dealt at this point.
Yeah, and the Mustangs are a tremendous free throw shooting team. They're one of the top teams in the EDC at the line. So obviously they're able to put one away with a lead if you put them to the free throw line. But we'll see 3:14 to go. The Highliners have shown no indication that they're going to throw in the towel by any stretch. I believe the Mustangs were supposed to have the basketball. A little confusion here. Hey, that's one way to create a turnover.
I was going to say, that's an old-fashioned trick. You walk out there and just act like, what? We don't have the ball. Good find. Metcalf coming around the old screen the screener look, and she gets from one side to the other and gets the basket.
And now a 17-point advantage. Holder with the steal. Let's see if she's able to connect on that one, and she is. Good finish there off the steal by Elena Holder. Now a 19-point advantage. Under 3 to play. Ball poked free again. We said, will the Mustangs kind of distribute the scoring? How are they going to respond to Breidenbach being down? The second half has proven a couple of things. First of all, when they need points, it's the one with the basketball right now. She finds a way.
Another one.
And then she does it again. She's absolutely unconscious this second half.
And I think you think long-term on this. One, you're getting wins in the short term, and that's great. This is the second win in a row they're going to be able to collect with Breidenbach out. But, imagine the benefits long-term for players like Elena Holder, who she gets a steal right there. She's contributing.
Well.
She shot well. She's going to build confidence. Caitlin Haas has shot well. This just helps you as a team as you go down that stretch run. Any player you put on the floor, if they're lacking in confidence, that's going to make things tough as Potratz is off. Govan with the rebound, but unable to convert.
Yeah, Haas has hit a couple of threes. Holder's hit a couple of threes, ran the floor really well. Maya Metcalf's cleaning up the glass really good. That scoop pass shoots out of bounds, but a little bit of everything this second half has extended this lead to 22 points. But again, Valley City has played well.
They really have.
You know, the score probably isn't going to reflect exactly what we're seeing right now in terms of the 72 to 50, but you know, a really great performance here by Valley City.
And you know, for Valley City, really, Egermont is the only senior that's played a tremendous amount tonight and been one of the contributors. So I got to thank Valley City for their coaching staff. They've got to feel positive about the future and about the things that they're able to do here.
So Valley City now looking to see if they can create something. Drew Potratz looks into the inside. That's Egermont. She's able to step through again. Great footwork there by Egermont. She's played a heck of a game, Coach.
She has.
So now it's Herford with it. She's going to set it up. Actually, she's going to swing it over to
Faith Archigo,
who's in the game. Johnson with it.
Little dribble weave action here. Keep that ball moving there.
No, Valley City's
Archigo
good,
kicks
actually.
over to the corner. That's Cora Metcalf for three.
Oh, good.
Rebound goes to Elena Holder, and she'll reset.
I don't think that drew iron, so it's got to get to the rim.
Herford fights it, and they're going to call a jump ball. So we do see in the corner of the gymnasium the boys teams are ready to start warming up as soon as this one ends. We are going to step away from the microphones, but the broadcast will continue. This is a doubleheader tonight. Boys game will follow immediately after once the warm-up is concluded. So going to be a good one. Another 2-point advantage or 2-point game on the boys' side, Coach.
Yeah, and for these teams, you know, that aren't at the top of the EDC, this is a big night tonight, getting those EDC points, because you know you are thinking about seeding for that EDC tournament and the possibility of a play-in game or avoiding that. And if you are playing a play-in game, do you get to host that game? So these are big games for both teams tonight. That's for sure.
Great shot there by Egermont. I think she was barely stepping on the line. That looked like a three from my initial peek, but they said it was a 2. And that will do it. So the final score tonight in game 1, 72 for the Cheyenne Mustangs and 52 or maybe it was 54. They were already cleared the scoreboard for us for Valley City. Good finish there for the Mustangs. We'll get the stats here coming out of the girls' game. We'll introduce those to you before we start the boys' games tonight. But I think we're not going to be surprised to see that in the second half, it was a Brenna Dick show. It
absolutely was. Facilitating, scoring, defensively, pushing tempo. Really an excellent job in the second half by Brenna Dick.
So we're going to step away for a little bit here while the boys warm up. We're going to be back in about a dozen minutes or so to introduce the matchup that we have between the Valley City Highliners and the Cheyenne Mustangs on the boys' side.
Where's Draco? He was our player to watch, wasn't he? In my career against Casey, I don't think I've ever lost a one-on-one. So we're live, but we're sort of live. Live, sort of live? No audio, okay. But we're gonna stay here. You can run some commercials, maybe, while they warm up. Me and Ella have to leave. So I saw Slovan is coming and Christian should be coming. Okay, yeah, I saw Slovan here already. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Kimono, this one right here has one. Perfect. Just remember, it's got the Velcro one.
Ladies and gentlemen, at halftime of the boys' game tonight, we'll have a special performance by the Cheyenne Mustang cheer team.
Yeah, that reminds me. Shoot. I wonder if I can set up here. Hey, Quinn. It was a pleasure, Donnie. Oh, we're live?
They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they got one the name, but they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king. Make way for the big shots, big balls, big rings, big rocks, big bag, big moves, big cars, big man, big plan, get lost, we've been this wrong. Look at me now, you can't hold me down, so give me the crown. We're not the same, we're not the same, we're not the same, we run everything. We're not the same, we're not the same, they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king.
So welcome back to Cheyenne High School. Second part of the doubleheader tonight. I'm Aaron Canodal. Joining me is Dan Wolf. Wolfman, this is another 2-point game. This one's going to be another challenge for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it really is. You know, as you talk about like the 3-class system and those sorts of things in the state, you know, Valley Cities would be one of those teams that would be moving down a level and those sorts of things. And, you know, both of their squads being in a little bit of the lower half of the EDC, but man, you can't look past anyone. It's the clock or the calendar is turned over to January, and we're not that far from February. So especially at the 2-point game, you've got to take care of business on a night like this. Yeah, the records might indicate that Cheyenne has an advantage tonight, but if you look past an opponent, you are going to be in big trouble. And you know, consistency has probably been the thing that's haunted the Mustangs the most. And Tim Brandt talked about that at halftime of the girls' game. They've played well in stretches, but then they followed that up with poor play, or just trying to find that consistency has been a challenge for them. And, you know, this is maybe a game that you can get some of those things going. You build a little confidence and you get a little, you know, little steam going and see if that's something you can continue, because you know you have the meat of that schedule coming up. You're going to get the Packers again. You're going to get the Spartans again. You're going to get all of these teams one more time.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about the keys to the night. First of all, controlling the tempo. So avoiding turnovers in the backcourt, you know, that's been kind of something that has plagued the Mustangs all year. And force your own turnovers and get up the floor. So one way to kind of resolve the turnover battle is to create some on your own, create some points.
Yeah, you neutralize it, and then you can turn that into transition opportunities, whether you're scoring at the rim or drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. That's the easiest way to win in basketball, is just through transition and good defense.
Yeah, and they need to win at the line tonight. And this kind of look at this in two ways. Free throws, right now the Mustangs are struggling at the free throw line. They're toward the bottom of the EDC. You know, that is one area where if you're in tight games, if you can finish at the free throw line, boy, that gives you a huge advantage. One thing that they have done well is shoot the 3 ball. Yep. They're toward the top of the EDC in three-point percentage. So if they could find that extra pass and get those open shots, Coach, winning those through 2 spots, free throw line, 3-pointers, huge for the Mustangs tonight.
Oh, definitely. And isn't that one of those conundrums? You go, how do you shoot it that well from 20 feet but can't make it from 10?
Yep.
And that's the things that just frustrate coaches. And you look for an answer and you practice it, but you know, really a lot of times it comes down to confidence.
And, the last thing is team defense. That's another area that the Mustangs have struggled. You know, if you set the goal, hey, let's keep them under 65, the Mustangs certainly can score. They can score in bunches. They're just struggling to keep the other team from producing too many. We can't let this game turn into the 80-point variety.
Well, that's just it. And this is a team that you would think you would be able to hold under 65. When you're going up against some of the higher scoring offenses, you know, the Davies of the league, the Norths of the league, those sorts of things, it's a tougher task. But I would think tonight you should feel like you have a good opportunity to do that. And, you know, we've seen both Oneman and Bryce Kane be effective, but, you know, when they're on the floor as well and they get drawn away from that basket, they have trouble defending. And so I think finding that balance of when you have the bigs on the floor and when you go with that smaller, quicker lineup, if you can figure that out, but those bigs are needed to control the boards and affect people at the rim.
One player we do want to highlight tonight is Casey Clemenson. He's been on a hot tear lately for the Mustangs. He's averaging 13.5 over the last 8 games, 3 rebounds per game, 3 assists per game. Coach, he's a special player athletically, obviously multi-sport athlete, great baseball player. but he does some really special things on the court as well.
He does. It almost seems like he can get to the rim at will. When he gets going downhill, he's so strong and can still finish at the basket. I think teams have started to pay more attention to him. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a lot of help given to him, and that should open up that three ball for some others. In case he's a heady player, he's going to know when it's the time that, can I get to the rim, or am I better off looking for that dish, see if I can get that assist and help the offense that way.
Yeah, you even just looking at him tonight, you see that special frame that he's got. He's bouncy in the legs, but you look at him up top, he's thick, so he gets around the defender. Certainly, I think one thing that you'll ask Casey, he wishes he could be a little bit more efficient at the rim, but he seems to get there very easily. If he can find a way to improve that efficiency at the rim, wear the contact a little bit more without falling down and getting to the free throw line, just actually finish. Boy, he can be a really special player for the Mustangs.
Absolutely, and it'll be interesting tonight with, they've been going without Angao now for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and that's the second thing we got to talk about. We're missing a couple of guys tonight.
Yeah, with Angao gone, they've kind of been working around that, but the fact that they're missing another player tonight, and it's a player that plays a really big part of what they do in Caleb Deere, someone's going to have to step up, and kind of I think the same thing applies as in the girls' game with Peyton Breidenbach. Just step up and do the job we're asking. We're not asking you to score 20 for us tonight or do something that you're not capable of doing. Just stay within our framework, stay within our game plan, and I think then your chances of success increase substantially.
And the Mustangs have been dealing with Angao's injury for a while now, so they've made some adjustments to that, but losing Caleb Deere tonight is going to be pretty significant. He has been one of the most consistent players for the Mustangs. Tremendous sniper shooter, can hit the three ball, can get to the rim. He's tall, he's lanky, he does a lot of things defensively, so losing him tonight is going to mean that some other guys got to step up.
And we'll see how it goes. I tried to kind of ask that of Coach Brandt is, have you settled on that rotation yet, whether it's 7 deep, 9 deep, whatever it is? And he said, they're still giving some guys some opportunities, and I think long-term success, barring an injury, barring foul trouble in a particular game, I think at some point you do have to start whittling down and saying, these are the guys I'm going to go to battle with, so that they're not looking over their shoulder. They can have some confidence when they're on the floor that if I make a mistake, am I going to be yanked right away? And I think you just have to try and pick some guys and go with that.
Yeah, so it looks like that means that Barry Pinu is going to be starting tonight for the Mustangs. Dylan Bile, looks like we're going to have Bryce Kane,
Noah Olson,
and
Clemenson.
The aforementioned Clemenson. On the Valley City side, to me, the player to watch here is Zach Sikora. He does a lot of special things. He's big, strong body. Number 23, he's going to be a player that I think is going to be a reckoning in some ways.
I remember last year us watching that game and saying how much he impressed us and what he did. And, I shouldn't be shocked because, these kids are so big now and so athletic that play basketball. But before the refs were out, the number of guys from Valley City throwing the ball down, there's obviously some athletes on that side of the court as well tonight. So,
and speaking of athletes, Ty Terry is the new coach over at Valley City. He's certainly got the pedigree of athleticism. His kid was in the NBA. He was a Mr. Basketball in North Dakota. Really actually made Valley City one of the most dominant programs, in the 90s. There were several great players, as we see Sikora come out there. So Ty Terry brings a certain level of, expectation, and he's the guy that said, I was from Valley City. We did it. You can do it too.
No, this should be an entertaining game, that's for sure. And, as we said, 2-point game. Boy, you've got to have everybody going in the same direction. As PJ would say, you got to have everybody rowing the boat tonight, and kind of take care of what you need to take care of. You can't be sloppy. You can't let foolish mistakes cost you.
So we're going to leave it over to the PA announcer as we hear the starting lineups for your Cheyenne Mustangs.
20, Barry Perdue. At guard, 6'2", senior number 24, Dylan Bile. At guard, 6'1", senior number 31, Casey Clemenson. And at center, a 6'8", senior number 33, Bryce Kane. Mustangs head coaches Tim Grant, assistants are Quinn Wallstrom, Nathan Simons, Andrew Rock, Jaden Long, and Ray Stout. The officials for tonight's game are registered by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and have been selected for their demonstrated ability to officiate. Tonight's officials are Jordan Rowe, Grant Stevenson, and Calvin.
So coming back from the starting lineup, this is going to be an exciting night tonight for the Mustangs. Bryce Kane to jump for the home team tonight. So here we go. There's the whistle, and we'll get started. Valley City wins the tip. Loose ball. Casey Clemenson steals it right from him. Dylan Bile, and he's able to connect.
Oh, and Barry Perdue right there where he needed to be, ties it up. It's going to go back to Sheyenne, but there's obviously going to be an emphasis tonight on defensive pressure from the Mustangs. That at least early on is the indication from what Coach Brandt has set up. Little man-to-man pressure here. Full court, they're going to pick them up. Good on-ball defender is Perdue, as he's going to make that point guard, number 21, Aiden Jacobson, work hard. There's Sikora. Moves the ball out top. Jacobson down to the corner and inside. Good job by Bryce Kane defending there. Sikora loses his balance, gets the shot up and draws iron, but unable to finish. And Perdue's going to bring the ball up for the Mustangs. Out to Bide, option not to Kane. Olsen off the rim, controlled by Valley City. Whoa, dangerous pass there from Sikora pulls the trigger from the left wing, unable to convert. Bile comes down with the rebound. That's going to be Peterson on the foul on the rebound. One, 3-1. Look, at least initially, from Valley City, and they pull back. Olsen gets a good look. Unable to convert, but there's Clemenson fouled at the rim. Unable to convert, but he's going to go to the line for two. And that's the second on Carver Peterson already. That might mean a quick hook here, but so far nobody coming off the bench to replace Peterson. Clemenson at the line for the first of two. And makes the first. And Clemenson drops the second. So 2-2 the line, 4-0. Mustangs are leading. Aiden Jacobson brings it up against Barry Pennu. Over to Peterson, little dribble weave up top. Sikora turns the corner. Great job. Controlling the dribble, keeping pushing and getting downhill to the rim against Pennu. So Sikora only a junior at 6'2". He was a force last year as a sophomore, and he's going to factor into Valley City's plans, obviously, for the long-term future. Valley City, as you look at their height across the lineup, nobody smaller than 6'1", no one taller than 6'5", so there's a lot of the same body type on the floor for the Mustangs. Clemenson thinks about it, opts nod, Noah Olson to the rim, into the lane, and he converts. Back to a 4-point lead for the Mustangs. That's Sikora again, that one. Noah Olson's gonna get caught swiping at that one.
Yeah, apologies. That's the second time tonight our scoreboard has gone haywire, so had to get that fixed. I'm sorry, you were probably lagging a little bit here. The score wasn't right, but I think we're all back good now. 6-2, Mustangs up. Ball into Valley City. Top of the key. That's swatted by Dylan Bile. He saves it, but they're going to say he was on the line. Almost resulted in a layup there for Noah Olson in transition.
That was going to work out really well for Cheyenne. And ref determining Bile was on the line. Peterson going to inbound this one to Jacobson up top.
So Jacobson with the pick and roll now. He looks for three. That goes long off the backboard, clanks a little bit off rim, and Dylan Bile pushes up to Noah Olson. He looks to the interior, kicks it out to Barry Pinu. He looks three, and he connects. 3-point attempt is good for Barry Pinu into the starting lineup tonight, and he is finding a way early. So now 9-2, and it will be a timeout by Valley City's Ty Terry. 14-13 to go in the first quarter.
Manufacturing, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not sitting down, doing nothing, just flipping at a couple pieces of wood each day. We are building tomorrow's windows. We all know that each unit that we build makes a difference, not just for the customer, not just for the company, but for each other as well.
That one. Baseline for the Mustangs here. And that's Larson out. Brotrud in.
Yeah, struggling with our internet connection tonight. It's hopefully resolved itself now. Lagging a little bit for you now. 9-4 for the Mustangs. Hopefully the rest of the way it goes without technical difficulties.
Bryce Kane had position, and he wants the ball down there, but to this point, they've not given it to him. Pennu, 2 of 3 now from 3-point range, and Aaron, I was commenting that Cheyenne's done a great job of spacing and moving the ball tonight, and they're shooting well to start. That's something, the slow starts have kind of hampered them at times this year. They've gotten off really good as Brotrud gets it put right back in his face. Posting up against Bryce Kane, there's a lot of guys down there with those two.
As we get a transition bucket here, I think that's going to get, Almost swatted there by Bryce Kane, but it does finish for Jacobson. So now 12-6.
So Valley City shows this 1-3-1 look a couple of times, but they back off into just a man defense here.
A lot of body on that post move there,
Yeah, there was.
that Bryce Kane was able to send back. Interesting matchup there. Olsen over to Bile. He works the pick and roll. Swatted away. Stolen by
Quick
Valley
hands
City.
by Jacobson.
And into a 3-on-2. That's Sikora. But that's swatted out of bounds by Barry Pinu. Good start by Barry Pinu. Inserted into the starting lineup tonight. He started well. That stroke from the top of the key for three. Really smooth. And
another one from the baseline.
On there on defense, able to allow the Mustangs to reset. So
if you know him at all and followed Mustang football, you know that he is a great athlete, just like his brother.
I was giving him a hard time today. I said, I noticed on Twitter you said you benched 285. I said, that's not 3 reps that you get to add together, is it? But very strong kid. So that sails over Bryce's head, and you see Bile and Kane trying to figure out their communication, see where that post pass was supposed to go. So Valley City with it now.
So we're going to see Oneman, Irie, and Zach Nile.
Might be a little bit of token pressure here.
Well,
man to man.
It's been token, but you know, they're ready to jump things here. They're making Valley City burn a little of that shot clock, bringing the ball up the floor. And I've always been a firm believer, a little pressure on defense is never a bad thing.
Score with a little 8-footer that rattles around. Oneman with the rebound, and Pinu with it now. He looks to attack, kicks it out to Irie. He rethinks his drive. He looks again, nothing there. Clemenson with it, attacks his left, gets all the way to the rim.
Oneman, right place, right time.
Nice little gift there for Tommy Oneman for 2. 14-6 now, 11:22 to go. Kicks it to the corner. For a second, Bratrud was looking at it.
Good job by Oneman. Good anticipation, helping out Clemenson in the post. Casey to the rim.
And we're going to get a run out
here. This one's going to be thrown down. Yep. Oh, a little extra on the rim. Nothing called there.
That's Birchall. He got some ups. Certainly, we've seen some interesting technicals called from some dunks early in the Class A season. That one not called. A little bit of extracurriculars. I kind of like it. A little bit of attitude.
You know, I was commenting, this Valley City team, no one under 6'1" as Zach Nile connects from the outside, and no one over 6'5". A lot of the same body type out there, but a lot of athletes, a lot of length to these guys. So this is certainly a group of athletes as Bratrud's going to pull up from 3, unable to convert.
Clemenson with it now. Setting up the offense, little pick and roll with Pinu. He crosses his defender, nice cross, left hand, nothing home. Ball still free, and I think they're going to say Nile stepped on the line as he tried to save that one. So probably fortunate for the Mustangs, that one's going to be saved into the backcourt for a layup. So Peterson going to inbound here. Eggert's going to set up the offense. Mustangs sitting a man-to-man. Eggert looks to the right side there. Momentarily, it looked like he might have a post for Sikora. They swing it back around. Eggert with it again. Pick and roll here. Eggert pulls the 3. That's blocked by Oneman. Up ahead. Over to Pinu.
That was a good find and good body control by Pinu there.
Pressure by Irie. Good find there by Tommy Oneman off the block. He was able to advance the ball about 15, 20 feet before he was able to give it back up to Pinu, who was able to get the angle and make the layup. Back cut there. And they're going to say he walked. So Eggert, extra step there over on the baseline, and the Mustangs with a nice little run here extends the lead to 11.
And that's going to be another timeout by the Highliners. As Coach Terry says, we got to get this under control. Down 11 with 9:20 to go in the first half.
I think what makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything, and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
Mustang fans, this broadcast is proudly sponsored by Apex Engineering Group, professional consultants serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota communities and public agencies, designing solutions to your infrastructure needs. If you set the bar at competence, how do you reach excellence? Find out at apexenggroup.com.
Coach, we did want to mention in the first game, we were saying, I wonder how many with Brenna Dick ended with. She scored 20 points in the second half of that Valley City game that led into this one. She had 5 at halftime, ended up with 25 points, took over the game. Girls were able to come out with a dub.
Big, important win because of that two-point nature, but you know, we talked also about how many people contributed and how that was going to help their confidence down the line. Elena Holder played a good game. Carson Sanders, as she has most of the year, played a really excellent game. Maya Metcalf, super active on the both offensive and defensive boards and as an offensive player. So it was a really good team victory for the Mustang girls tonight, that is for sure.
Sure was. Mustangs had a pretty good look on offense there. Some nice interior passing from Clemenson over to Oneman, and then you had Irie for about an open 8-footer, but wasn't able to connect. Now Valley City looking to inbound here off the foul. That gets Sikora open from the corner. He misses a little bit short, and that does go off Carson Eggert. So to the Mustangs. 19-8 is the advantage right now. Mustangs with 2 team fouls. The Mustangs with 3 team fouls. No, 2 team fouls, sorry, and Valley City with 3. Attack by Sully Irie, doesn't have the angle there. Not able to connect, pushes up ahead. This is going to be a run out for Valley City, but
good job by Clemenson contesting, affecting that shot by Peterson, and Sheyenne gets away with one there.
Seen that maybe too many times this year where nice move there by Tommy Oneman with the right
baby
hand.
hook.
Too many runouts, I think, this year for the Mustangs. We said if the goal is to keep them under 65, you got to be a little bit more cautious on that quick point turnaround. And fortunate that Casey Kemlinson was able to contest enough to prevent that layup. Now into the inside, kicks it out. Over to Eggert again. Looking to Sikora. He moves to his left.
No
Tries
one
to
home
look
there.
back corner and didn't have the angle for it.
Yeah. Didn't have the shot inside. Looked to return the pass to Peterson, but Peterson had moved, and no one home.
Penu with it now. He's going to set up the offense for the Mustangs. Over to Irie. Pick and roll here with Tommy Oneman. Looked for a moment. Irie picks up his dribble. Resets. Penu looks to the top of the key. That is now going to kick over to Nile. Look into the post with Tommy Oneman.
And one opportunity.
Great, powerful finish there with the left hand. He wears the contact with his right shoulder and is able to put that in softly with the left. Great end one opportunity, and the Mustangs now with a 15-point lead, 7:32 to go in the first half. Coach looking pretty good so far.
Well, I think if you're Tim Brandt, you know, the concerns about missing Deer tonight and you know, having been dealing with the Angao injury to be up 15 with over half of the first half gone, you got to be really thrilled with that. And they have shot the ball decently from the free throw line tonight, as well as great anticipation by Penu. Ref plays good defense for the Highliners, but it doesn't matter. He's able to finish at the rim anyway.
Yeah, you see that athleticism from Penu jumping that ball. He shot out of a cannon, able to get an easy bucket. Eggert there off glass. Not sure if that was intent, but it sure counts. Nile on the left side with it now. Hands it off. Clemenson. Little weave action. Sully Irie. Back cut there. Nothing happening. Top of the key.
The tempo really seems to suit the Mustangs tonight. They're playing well with this up-tempo style. Spino is unable to convert. but Irie keeps it alive on ultimately controlled by Valley City. Aiden Johnson unable to finish.
Yeah, if you're Valley City and you're on the road and you're going to want to win this basketball game, you're going to probably have to find those point-blank range. Good loose ball, but not able to connect. Irie frees up for three, and he connects. So the guard's playing well tonight. And that one, Sikora gets all the way to the rim, and they're going to say that that foul, I believe, is on Barry Pinu. That should be his first personal. Fourth team foul for the third. I'm struggling, Coach.
You're okay.
4-3. All right.
You're okay.
Third team foul for the Mustangs. Getting one ahead of myself here. So Sikora to the line here. He's looking at two. There's his first, and he connects. 4 substitutions, 3 substitutions in for the Mustangs. A couple of seniors in Bryce Kane and Dylan Bile, as well as the junior Noah Olson. They'll match with Sully Irie and Zach Nile, a couple of sophomores. 6:19 to go. Lead is extended to 17.
I'm sure not.
There must be a correction into the book here. No, they're still saying conversation. Not sure exactly what he's saying. Still does go to Barry Pinu for the foul. And the second free throw does connect as well.
Sikora with half of the Highliner points, but when you're only at 12 and 12 minutes into the first half, that's probably not as good as it might sound. Good job by Olsen keeping it alive and getting it to Bile.
Good defense there.
Nice job by Bile.
Pushes up ahead. This is Sully Irie. And he connects again. Back-to-back three-point buckets from Sully Irie. And the Mustangs now extend their lead to 19. Ball loose. Bryce Kane fights for it. And they're going to say that stays here with Valley City. Good hustle by the big man to try to get that one, but Valley City wins that. So they'll set up on the baseline here for an out of bounds. Ball gets up over top. Attack and a kick out. That'll leave an open look off the front iron for Peterson, and now it's Bile with it. He'll attack the rim, and he gets all the way home. Good job, good vision there by Dylan Bile to recognize that that lane was open. Gets past his defender by a half a step, extends that arm, and makes the bucket. So now Valley City, they need an answer, Coach. Down 21. And they found one there in a three-point bucket. They're going to have to start hitting a few of those. That's the first one there by Eggert.
I think if you're...
Oh, and a lazy pass turns into an open three look, but it doesn't connect. Fortunate there for Bile because that's the kind of turnover that makes a coach shake their head.
Yeah, and those are the ones that have kind of haunted Cheyenne for much of this year as Nile gets his rejected at the rim. I think that was Talon Larson that rejected that shot. You know, if you're Valley City under 5 to play, you know, can we get it to 10? Or just sneak it into single digits and you feel like you have a chance going into halftime. If you're Cheyenne, this is the time you really want to, you know, if you can put the hammer down and see if you can get this up to 20, 25, you're going to be in really good shape. Boy, that looked like it bounced off.
If we can catch a replay on that quick, I'm not sure, but boy, that looked like it went straight off the legs of Valley City.
Talon Larson there.
I think Tim Brandt almost came unglued there. He was going to go see if he could throw a red flag somewhere. Didn't have one. That goes long off the iron, but a rebound goes to Valley City. They fight again. This is going to get number 32, Talon Larson to the free throw line.
I think Bryce Kane maybe picked that one up.
And that's one where, you know, it's that first offensive rebound just kind of turns it into a cluster down there, and everybody's fighting for it. It ends up in the hands of Talon, and he's going to get to the free throw line here shooting 2. Hits the first. So some things that the Mustangs are doing well, a couple of uncharacteristic kind of lazy passes in the backcourt that really just, you know,
those
hurt.
are in, those.
But overall, the Mustang guards are shooting well. You know, Sully Irie with a couple. Barry Pinu playing really well. And that has really been
game.
and another attack there. That
Oh.
gets Olsen all the way to the rim, but he misses.
Boy, and that was a good angle.
Yeah,
he's mad at himself on that one, I'm sure, because that's
that one was
you
not
should have.
impacted by the defender in any means. He just missed. Good defense there
Good
at top of the key
perimeter D.
by Bile. Down low, Bryce Kane. He blocks it again. Big man is using his body to keep that offensive player right in front of him and doesn't even need to elevate much by that time. And there's that turnover that we're talking about, Coach.
Yeah, those are just foolish. That, as you said, that will drive a coach insane. Because that's a pass that should never be picked off.
Yeah, that's one, Zach Niles got to look back. He's obviously only a sophomore, but you look at that one, nothing was even happening with that pass.
Right.
That's just on time, on target, know where your guy is, set the play up. Olsen with it now, attacking. He's able to find the floater from about 5 feet. Little bit of everybody, little bit of action.
Yep.
3:11 to go. Good close. Rebound's going to be long. He throw it off his own guy. He did. A couple of substitutions. Clemenson and Pino back in for the Mustangs. The sophomores take a step out.
Certainly didn't hurt the Mustangs. They increased that lead. Currently at 16.
Man-to-man defense here. Looking into the high post to Bryce Kane. To the handoff, nothing going. Bryce Kane spin move. Short off the rim. Casey Clemenson with a little bit of a sloppy foul there. I think he didn't expect the crossover, reaches in with his right hand, and that's a foul. I think that is just his first personal, fifth team. So no danger right now that we can see in terms of the foul situation. Under 3 to go in the first half. Good deny there. Burchell with it. He's looking to attack. He gets all the way to the rim, but again, impacted by the bigs. That's
Good
Bryce
job by
Kane
Bryce
again.
Kane.
Couple of blocks, couple of impact plays down low.
Stood his ground and didn't give, but didn't commit the foul.
Pino looks into the inside, but that ball is swatted away. Not sure what the call was. I was looking at the wrong ref. Okay, kick ball.
On that.
So, as we talked about in the girls' game, always point of emphasis is how do you finish each half. 2:26 to go. The Mustangs comfortably in front. I said the goal for this team has got to be to hold this team under 65. They're certainly on pace to do that as long as they close out this half well defensively. Be smart, be efficient. Let's see what happens. 2:20 to go. Into the corner. Drops it down low to Burchell. He kicks it out. Attack there. Gets all the way to the rim. That's Jacobson that's able to connect. So 2 minutes to go now. Clemenson into the corner. He goes left. Had a lane, but opts to kick it out. Dylan Bile loses it, and he turns it over. Highliners with it now on the left side. Sikora trapped momentarily, but he's able to free it up. 3-point ball. Peterson does not connect. Clemenson with it. He sets up the offense. They leave Pino. He's hot, and he continues to be.
It's his third of the first half.
Good find there. And, when you're hot, you can step into it like that. Boy, that feels good.
Yeah, it does.
Great first half by Barry Pino. Valley City looks to answer, and they do. Off the curl there, that's Eggert. And just over a minute to go. The lead is still 14. A little back and forth. That's a little dangerous pass. Olsen to the rim. A little bit of a lazy left. Valley City looking to push left side. Transition defense stops, and the Valley City has to set up. Top of the key, down low, Burchell. He looks to work on Bryce Kane. Little fadeaway, another good defensive sequence by Bryce Kane.
He's done a nice job of just maintaining that position, staying between him and that offensive player, and they're going to get, I think that was Aiden Jacobson there on the floor. But Bryce Gaines did a nice job of just holding that position, using his size and trying to affect shots at the rim.
Before that foul, the shot clock differential was 10 seconds. Now it is essentially even, 30.4 left on the game clock, and so the reset of 30 seconds here. Mustangs could opt to finish the half with just this offensive possession. We'll see what they opt to do, if they're going to hold it up and see if they can wait to the last one. Looking inside, and a turnover. Turns it right back over. Olsen, probably angered by his own mistake, is able to get the ball back and put it in with 12 to go. Leaves an open shot there, but it doesn't hit. And now Mustangs have an opportunity with 3. Clemenson gets all the way down there, but double clutches on the 3 ball, and that misses right. And so there you go, Coach. 40-24, the Mustangs have a comfortable first half lead with a couple of injuries and illnesses. With the way this situation played out, I think Coach Brandt's got to feel pretty good about that.
I think you got to be ecstatic. The guys that you are relying on tonight have played really well. Pinu played well. You know, Olsen had a couple of bad passes, some things like that, but he's been active at the rim. They're keeping the pressure on Valley City there. Bryce Kane did an outstanding job defensively, protecting the rim. Excellent job by the Mustangs in this half. You know, can you maintain it? You don't have to do anything more than you have, but certainly Coach Terry's going to be talking to Valley City about the things that they would like to do and execute on in the second half. We'll see how Cheyenne comes out and if they're able to maintain this lead, but this has the makings of a comfortable win, and those have been in short supply this year. You know, that had been a hallmark of past Mustang teams when you had the Jackson Monies and the Mike Niles of the world on your squad, but that hasn't always been the case this year. So we'll see if Cheyenne's able to come through with that in the second half.
We're going to stick around here for the cheer team, going to be performing one of their state routines. So we're going to stick around here and watch that, and then we're going to go to commercial. When we come back, we'll break down the first half and give you some stats.
And my team. They're eating.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat. Tonight we have a special performance by the Cheyenne Mustang cheer team. This routine has earned them a top 3 finish in every competition that they have participated in this season. Tonight, they would like to share their routine with you as they prepare for the Winter State Championships, which takes place this March in Bismarck. Please cheer with them and enjoy.
Still get some zoom shots.
gentlemen, give it up for the Cheyenne Mustang cheer team.
Here, when our path takes an unexpected turn, we keep moving forward. When life sends us a message, we listen. When you're determined to beat the odds, we help you plan for what's next. This is commitment, resourcefulness, determination. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
So welcome back to Cheyenne High School. Score is 40-24 in favor of the Mustangs. As you just saw on your screen there, a commercial from BioGirls. Mustang Media has decided to partner with a nonprofit or an organization in town that they thought that they agreed with the messaging and the goals of that club. This month they have decided to partner with BioGirls, www.biogirls.org. Coach, tell us a little bit about this place.
Self-esteem is one of the strongest predictors of behavioral and emotional issues for young women in the state. BioGirls is a Fargo-based nonprofit that provides self-esteem building programs to adolescent girls across our state and region that is proven to prevent behavioral and emotional issues. You can support BioGirls this Giving Hearts Day, February 9th, by visiting their website and making a donation. Simply search BioGirls online or click the link that you've seen on your screen to find their website. Thank you, BioGirls, for all that you do in our Fargo-Moorhead community.
Super proud of the students that I have, Coach Wolf, that they came to me and said, you know, we have this great platform with Mustang Media. What can we do to promote all the wonderful things that clubs and organizations in town are doing to support our community? And they decided that they were going to do every month, pick a group that they wanted to connect with. This month it is BioGirls. Awesome organization. Please consider contributing to BioGirls at biogirls.org.
Yeah, it is. And as I said, I can speak for BioGirls personally and not knowing that the Mustang Media team had chosen them, but my daughter was a participant and got a lot from their program, but also has served as a junior mentor. So folks that are looking for a place, a quality organization to donate their funds to and to really help out people that give back to the community, I can't think of a more worthy organization than BioGirls.
Yeah, many of these organizations really rely on the generosity of Giving Hearts Day on February 9th, so that is one thing that we'd hope you strongly consider. First half stats, Coach. So for the Mustangs, there are seven players that made the scorebook. Olsen with 6, Niall hit a 3. Pinu is, I think, the nice prize there. He ends up with, let's see here, 13 points. So real nice first half out of him. Irie with 2 triples himself. He's got 6. Oneman with 6 points. Vile with 4. Clemenson with a pair of free throws.
And for the Highliners, Zach Sikora is the high scorer for them, which probably isn't a shock to knowing how critical he is to their team. But at only 6 points, that's got to be the pleasant surprise for the Mustangs, as they were able to hold Valley City to only 24 points in the first half. So on the scoreboard for the Highliners in the first half, Eggert with 5, Peterson with 2, a 3 from Will Eggert. I guess they're Eggert brothers, should probably point that out. 4 for Aiden Jacobson, the 6 for Sikora, 2 free throws for Samuelson, and 2 points for Burchell.
So nice first half, especially when you look back to some of our keys to the game. How are the Mustangs respond to a couple of these injuries that we were dealing with here? I guess one is an injury, one is an illness to John Ango and Caleb Deere. I'd say they responded nicely, Coach.
They really have. And you said it, I think Barry Pinu being the really good surprise. He's done a great job. He's been in control. He's been in good spots. He's been active on defense. Really the hallmarks you're looking for from a point guard. Hasn't turned the ball over. We've seen a couple loose passes by the Mustangs, but Pinu's done a really good job of kind of maintaining that tempo for the Mustangs. And really I'd like to also point out that Bryce Kane has done a great job, and same for Oneman when he was in there, being rim protectors and really affecting Highliner shots at the rim and controlling the boards.
We did say, hey, let's see if we can do what we need to do in terms of winning at the line, Coach. Evaluation there, 3-pointers, excellent so far.
Yeah, Pinu had, I think it was 3 of them in the first half.
Irie with a couple.
Irie with 2.
And Niall with 1.
Yeah, these are guys that we know they can shoot it, and they've come through. They've shot it really well tonight. Valley City, I think because of the defense that Sheyenne has played, has struggled from the field by and large. We don't have the shooting percentages, but I would guess that Valley City's probably isn't more than about 33-35% in the first half would be my guess.
Yeah, so Mustangs have 6 threes in the first half. So we said we wanted to see what they would do at the 3-point line, where they are stellar, and we wanted to see if they were able to produce a little bit more at the free throw line. 2 for 3.
Yep. That's how you win. That's how you win games.
But 2 for 3, not a bad percentage.
65 points. Kind of that goal to try and keep the Highliners under. When you only give up 24 the first half, that's got to bode really well for you. Mustang fans, Essentia Health is proud to be the premier partner of Mustang Media, working with Sheyenne High School to make a healthy difference in the lives of the students and families we are privileged to serve. Essentia Health, like nowhere else.
So Ty Terry for the for the Highliners coming out of halftime. There was a quick 1-2 punch, I think, just coming out of the locker room or coming out of the warm-ups for Coach Brandt's team. Ty Terry, what's he going to say to his kids? They're going to try to see if he can get them back into the game.
Well, there's no 16-point shot, so that possibility is out. I think you just have to make that determination. By 12 minutes or so, can we get it down to single digits? And then it's a game that you can have the possibility of. But if you start the game the way start the second half the way the first half started, as we see little blind pig action there and the backdoor cut to Olsen, or not blind pig, another play.
The Mustangs, and you can talk to people across the EDC, one of the best back cutting teams in the state. Found one there out of the set right out of halftime, finding Olsen. So over to Sikora here on the right-hand side for Valley City. He spins, ball free, one-on-one here. Pino goes to the rim. He goes, where's the contact?
Good body control.
His scoring continues.
And this, for Coach Terry, is not the start that you wanted. You needed to try and dig into this lead early on, and to give up 2 quick buckets, 2 easy buckets for the Mustangs. That's not a good sign for the Highliners as they start the second half.
So they do look into the inside for a post move. Again, Bryce Kane not to be moved. He has committed to play offensive line at the University of Mary. You can see why as we get a run out again by Barry Pinu, having a great start to the second half, just like he did with the first.
Yeah, he's been the guy tonight. There's no doubt about that. And he's got one of those motors that goes nonstop. And there's a quick timeout by And it is good. So some pressure.
Showing foul number 22, Tommy Ahmed. First personal, third team foul. Reserve 5, Jack Dieterle at the line for the Highlanders, shooting 2.
Their half-court offense. Around the top it goes. Over on the wing, up to the top to Irie. Inside from Clements into Oneman. Oneman, a little left-hand scoop there, a little left-hand hook shot is For the Mustangs. Oneman finishes what he started, and he's going to get the tee on that one. Little extracurriculars on that. Oneman happy with the finish, but he draws the tee. So that'll add a personal foul as well for Oneman. That's okay. Sikora going to go to the line for the Mustangs. But good two-hand strong take to the rim and throw down by Oneman. It is going to cost them the free throws and a possession here. So see if Valley City can take care of it. Sikora makes the first of two. And just a little bit of extra on the throwdown for Oneman. I think wondering why, but yeah, there was a little bit of extras on that. Sikora makes one of two. So the lead now 29. And possession to the Highliners with 8:10 to go in the second half. Good D by Sully Irie. Pokes it away. Finishes at the rim. 31, and the fight's kind of gone out of the Highliners here a little bit, I think, Coach. It's, you know, it's not, oh, Sikora falls down. Turnover to Pinu.
Yeah, once again, sorry, guys. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. I had to step out and try to get that arranged. It sounded like you guys didn't have audio for a while. Hopefully that is back.
Well, I just kept talking, so
it's beautiful.
I'm used to that. As a teacher, you just keep talking.
That's right.
Hopefully someone listens at some point. That's going to be Oneman's second. And Kane Bile, Noah Olson in for the Mustangs. Coach Brand going to talk a little bit to Oneman about the tee after the dunk. I don't think real upset about it, but just saying, yeah, hey, it was probably a tee. Kind of hung on that rim a little bit.
Yeah, probably emotions took over a little bit.
But Tommy was excited, as well he should have been, but good job by Kane boxing out there.
Niall with it here.
Got a little deep there in penetration without a plan.
Good post moves. Bryce got deep.
Yeah,
probably
he
a little
got too deep. He got out right under the basket there, and they're going to say 3-second violation as he was pivoting in the lane there. He backed his guy down, exactly what you ask a post to do, but when he looked up, he realized this was not where I intended to be.
So now Valley City going to bring it up on the right-hand side. 31-point advantage for the Mustangs. Making a statement game here, one that they needed, Coach.
Yeah, it really is. Good finish by Eggert there, but really they've played well in all phases. Those turnovers, you know, they've kind of cleaned those up from the first half where those loose, kind of sloppy passes have not been an issue. They're going to get a drag of the pivot foot there on Noah Olson. Again, I've not seen every game that the boys have played. Obviously, we're calling a lot of girls' games on home girls' games when the boys are on the road, but easily the most complete game I've seen this boys' squad play this year. And, you know, I realize Valley City's 1-8, but they're not slouches as a team. And this is a good confidence builder as you're going into the meat of the schedule, especially with 9 of your next 10 at home. That's got to feel good for the Mustangs here, and hopefully they'll get Angao back, and they'll get Deer back, and continue to improve as they're setting themselves up for seeding before the EDC tournament.
Good attack there by the Highliners, but they don't put that one in, and Bile looks up ahead now. Back to Bryce Kane. He's going to look for three, and the big man goes off glass. Rebound to Dylan Bile, knocked out of bounds.
And I think they're going to get a foul on that one. And that'll send the Mustangs, that'll send Bile to the line. The bonus has been reached. I think that one was on Fisher, his first. So Bile gets an opportunity front end of the 1-and-1.
Bile, one of the better free throw shooters on the Mustang squad, and I cursed him.
There you go, the announcer curse. Still alive and well.
I don't know who was calling the game when the Cowboys field goal kicker was kicking extra points the other day, but it's a real thing, I'll tell you that. Corner look there, off the iron. Rebound ends up in the hands of Dylan Bile, and he'll set it up. 5:45 to go in the second half here.
Mustangs have doubled up the Highliners at this point, 64-37. They're going to look.
Good deny of Niall on the one side. Now he finally does come and get the basketball. Up top, Sully Irie, over to Olsen. High post there. Bryce Kane looking to back his guy down. He'll kick it back out. Olsen to attack. Ball knocked free, and they'll get a free look up at the rim. But
good hustle by Bile, disrupting that. It's going to be off of him, but really good job. You know, there haven't been many runouts for the Highliners tonight. If you can get this consistent type of effort from this squad, you know, I think you give yourself a chance in pretty much any game in the EDC.
Three look there, doesn't fall. Highliners really struggling to connect from the outside. Niall over to Olsen. He thinks better of it and sets it up, recognizes that the clock is his friend at this point in the basketball game. Looking at Bryce Kane, he'll kick it back out. Nothing going on the baseline there. Good find. Olsen doesn't have room. He's going to find.
Tried to throw it off a Highliner, I think, there. And then Bile's going to pick up the foul in transition. Maybe not a terrible thing.
Yeah, you know, that's probably one where Bile's like, hey, I got to slow this guy down. Then he kind of got out of position, forced the foul. Does get Valley City to the line, but that's, again, probably prevents a run out.
And with a 37-point lead and 4:41 to go, it's one you're willing to take. And those fans not giving up, controlling the free throws in their view.
Into the corner now. Dylan Bile looks up to the top. Niall's going to set it up.
Kane has position on a smaller man, but they don't find him. Good patience. I think this is when you want to milk this shot clock. If you can get it to 10 every time down, I think that's not a bad thing.
And that's the pass I think that Jim Brandt is getting frustrated with, you know. Bryce Kane did have his guy sealed, but then there's a lot of hands in the passing lane when you get trapped. You got to be able to pocket that thing and move and pivot to find the angle that you need. You can't just throw something straight through. Hands are going to get on it at this level.
I mean, that's obviously the easy pass is that kick out back to the wing, but it's, as you pointed out, it's not always there.
Valley City back to the free throw line here. Coach, one of the takeaways that we said we were going to ask at the beginning was, was this Mustang defense able to hold to a team under 65, 60? You know, for me in Class A basketball, that's always the magic number. You keep them under 60, you're going to have a really good shot. The game has changed pretty significantly since when I used to think that way. Scores have escalated and climbed, and the game is faster. But, you know, the teams that tend to be at the top of the EDC tend to be the teams that at the end of the day are the ones that are going to push you to, hey, 60, 65 points. Maybe in the last few minutes you get some free throws. Maybe it'll climb up to 70. Right. But that's the defensive goal that you want.
It absolutely is. That's what keeps you in games. Even if you're not the most talented offensive team, it gives you a chance. But if you're a team that routinely gives up 75, 80 points, that means you have to have huge offensive production night in and night out. And we know that's the fickle nature of basketball. Some nights you don't shoot it well. Some nights you can't get to the rim. You don't make free throws, as Irie throws that one away. Good save by Niall. They're not going to call over and back on that.
Yeah, I think that
shot clock was
still running.
Good hustle by Irie. Kicked around by the Mustangs there. And at 3:40, we're going to start seeing some of the Mustang bench as Riley Roar, Mustang Media Zone, is going to see some playing time here. We also have Jackson Miller from Mustang Media on the floor. He snuck into the game somehow. I don't know. We missed that one.
I did see Jackson in the hallway today. A little bit of a shiner. Must have got roughed up a little bit in practice or one of the games. Smiling still as always. Jackson up to the left-hand side now. He'll set it up. Jackson is definitely a student of the game. Top of the key here, Sully Irie. Bryce Kane tells him set it up again. 10 on the shot clock now. Zach Niles with it. He crosses a couple of times. He's going to get to the rim. Left-handed scoop shot, doesn't find it. Sikora on the left side. He's going to look for three. That goes long. Probably one of those, hey, I got a little bit of space. Not the best shot in the world, but at this point in the game, I got to find something.
Smart job by the Mustangs here. Just slowing it down, under 3 to go.
Got a couple of substitutions that got the fans all excited. Hopefully they get in the game soon if we get a dead ball here. Bryce Kane for three.
We'll see if there's maybe a substitution timeout here by the coaches in the next 30 seconds or so if there's not a fast break opportunity, and that should offer the opportunity that they're looking for as Kane's going to pick up the foul on that turnaround by Dieterle.
So on the second shot here, we're going to see David Kanega, Devin Linnertz, and Emmanuel Duat. Special attention, too, to Emmanuel Duat, kid that has come out for basketball a couple times, hasn't been able to make the team, finally makes the team as a senior. He's going to find the floor tonight. This is an awesome moment for that kid.
That really is great to see.
And there he gets in, round of applause. You see people pointing at him. His teammates are excited. The crowd's excited for these guys. You know, this is the first varsity action for both Devin and David. Juniors in the action, but it's that senior right there that's having a special moment, smile on his face. This is a story of resilience. Tough kid, awesome kid, great character. Let's see if we can get this guy a shot. So the ball goes out of bounds in favor of Valley City.
Well, we'll make the stat book, if nothing else. Duat with the foul on that one. That's the 10th, so it's a double bonus opportunity for Valley City. That's going to send Burchell to the line.
You know, it's awesome when you see fans in the stands cheering for their buddies. You know, that's one of the beauties of sports is just watching kids get enthusiastic for other kids and
well, and, you know, just like the guys that see the floor regularly, you know, Manuel's at practice every day. He's working hard. He's doing all those things that he can to try and be successful. And, you know, to have that hard work and the time and the effort pay off and get onto the floor is great.
Another foul. This one goes on Riley Rahr. Valley City back at the free throw line, shooting a couple. First one goes off front iron.
Burchell again shooting.
And that one gets through. So David Kanega now, he's going to run the offense for the Mustangs. Over to Linnertz. Up top for Riley Rahr. He's going to look to cash.
There was no hesitation there. Oh,
you see Tommy Hahnemann jumping up and down, hoping that E-Man is going to get the offensive rebound. See the smile over there on Tim Brandt's face. He knows that this is what it's all about, making sure these kids are having a good time. Defense there by Linnertz. Drive by Valley City.
Looked like Drake the
Burchell's
pivot foot, but no.
And that's going to drop. Yeah, it looked like he caught some ice on there. And
yeah.
So Devin Linnertz with it. He's going to look to the inside. Over to Duat, and now Kanega. He's going to pull. That one rattles around. 1:30 to go in the game. Contest there by Duat. Offensive rebound by Valley City. Over to the top. That's thrown away. So the Mustangs will have another opportunity to see if one of these guys can get their first varsity bucket. Substitution shoelace. Equipment violation, I guess. So now David Kanega will set this one up. Over to Linnertz. Up top to Riley Rahr. They'll rotate it over, looking for Duat. They got him. Oh, and they call the
got
offensive foul. Good defense there by Burchell. That's one of those things, you got the ball, you're ready to turn it around, and now 1:04 to go. 20-point advantage for the Mustangs, stolen by Linnertz. He's going to look for David Kanega. David
Good
Kanega to the rim.
hesitation. Oh, great hesitation, hit the gas all the way to the rim and unable to finish. That he's going to be thinking about that one tonight, laying in bed, saying, "How did I miss that one?"
Great cross though. He's a slippery player. He gets through there, and Kanega with it now. He's going to drive again.
Nice.
That one does get there.
That makes up for it. That was nicely done.
That
Soft
was
touch
pretty.
with the left hand.
And you see the smile on Kanega's face. That's a big moment for that kid. Takes a lot of work to get your way all the way to a varsity floor. So that first moment is pretty special for every athlete. 20 seconds to go here.
See if Sheyenne just holds on to it or. Oh.
And this might turn into a dunk for Valley City. Nope. Burchell lays it up. And I think that's going to do it for the Mustangs tonight. Nice win here, holding Valley City to 48 points, Coach. Tim Brandt's got to feel good about the effort from his boys tonight.
He really should. They played very well. The 2 points is going to mean a lot in terms of the EDC standings. But I think just really what a really good, solid all-around team effort by Coach Brandt's squad tonight. We've mentioned earlier, great job by Barry Pinu playing tonight. Did an excellent job running the point. A lot of guys getting involved in what was going on.
And I did want to throw a special shout out. I forgot to mention this out on social media. The big man that we're focusing right there, Bryce Kane, it is his birthday, so happy birthday, big man. You're a great kid, Bryce Kane. He's about as nice as, he's a gentle giant. One of the nicest kids I've ever had the good fortune of teaching and coaching, and just an awesome, awesome kid. Love the excitement that we see Sam Whelan jumping over David Kanega. Big celebration like the kid just won the Super Bowl. But, you see the smile on David Kanega's face, and that's what it's all about. It's been a little bit of a struggle this year for the Mustangs. It's good to get wins like this, quality wins where you feel like, okay, everybody's contributed. You feel some momentum. You feel some enthusiasm
Things
for your
you
kids.
can build on. You bet.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we do want to remind you of our social media. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. Mustang Post on Facebook. Mustang.post on Instagram. Mustang Post on Twitter.
MySpace?
I
Still
don't
no
think
MySpace.
MySpace, I guess we haven't renewed that one yet, so we'll get that out soon. But please click and subscribe to all the Mustang Media events on YouTube so that you can be notified anytime we go live with anything. We had weightlifting today. Obviously, we covered both of these games, covered the JV. So a lot of things going on.
And 2 big games next week. The battle for West Fargo. Cheyenne hosts Horace. A back-to-back. That's another 2-point game. This will be the first meeting between West Fargo Horace and West Fargo Cheyenne. First time in Horace's varsity history coming up to Cheyenne to play a boys basketball game. And then on Friday, the Packers here in the Mustang gym. So, every game is big, but those will probably hold a little extra significance for the players as you're playing against the other 2 high schools from West Fargo.
So we see a zoom in on Jacob Fisher. We want to thank all the staff that worked tonight. We had Slovan and Christian on the camera here. We had Aiden Knodel producing through all the technical difficulties that we've had tonight. We had Connor Husted, and his little sister helping us out tonight, which was great in the first game. Coach Wolf, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's amazing when I see people and they say, God, you do such a good job on Mustang Media, and every chance I get, I try to tell people how great these kids are because they're the ones that make it run. I literally just show up and talk. They're the ones that do it all, and it is amazing to me, all of the graphics, all of the work that these kids do. It is fantastic.
Yeah, so we're going to close up shop tonight. tomorrow night we're going to be over at the West Fargo Sports Arena for hockey, so check in for that one. Hockey team came off a great win the other night against North, so join us tomorrow for that. Tomorrow we'll also see that the Metro Duels is going to be in town, so we're going to see 4 different cameras covering all 4 mats that will be in Sheyenne High School. So we got all sorts of things happening tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. So thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight. For Dan Wolf, I'm Aaron Knodel. Until next time.
They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they got one the name, but they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king. Make way for the big shots, big balls, big rings, big rocks, big bag, big moves, big cars, big man, big plan, get lost, we've been this wrong. Look at me now, you can't hold me down, so give me the crown. We're not the same, we're not the same, we're not the same, we run everything.